73 tomorrow, 68 Tuesday.
Yeah, then keep reading, John. 'Cause I think
Rain on
that-
Thursday. Yeah.
I think Chuck's in for a rude awakening because I looked at this weekend for our bonfire and it was like 50 high and 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck has insulated everything.
Yeah. You're going to need it, buddy.
I might not actually be able to wrap my arms close enough for me to hold a rifle, but I'll be warm.
We're looking at the 19th. That's a week away. So what we're seeing now for the forecast isn't what we're seeing.
This is true.
And I'll be in a blind with propane heaters, so I won't freeze to death.
Oh my goodness. Sounds like he's set up pretty good.
Yeah.
You two will talk enough to heat the place up.
Yeah.
That too, possibly. The deer may or may not be in any danger. It's all relative.
The distant forecast looks perfect for sitting by a bonfire. So,
Cool.
one way or another.
All right. Well, that's cool, Chuck. If you haven't seen this guy who's your good friend for like 10 years,
For years, yeah.
be able to get a chance to catch up. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Always a good opportunity. But let's talk a little bit about the opportunities available to you in. I'm feeding back. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah. What is that? Why is that happening?
I don't know. It's gone now.
Oh, no.
The opportunities in the labyrinth of Baphomet. Plenty of opportunity for things to do. Lots of interesting people and demons to meet and maybe make deals with. Lots of enemies to slay. And here's our paladin. Speaking of enemies to slay, here's the paladin.
Da, da, da.
Always nice when the paladin shows up. Yes.
There he is.
Full crew tonight. Crew tonight, huh?
Full crew tonight.
Nice.
What's going on, Matt?
Just another magical day in the paradise that is central New Jersey. How about you? How you feeling?
Better. I was feeling a little punk on Friday night, but I felt better. I felt good enough yesterday morning to go to Command Con, which was a Command Con Light, they called it, which was a little miniatures battle session that they had over at Miniature Market. And,
How'd you do? How'd Betsy do?
they did good. So they had fun. Betsy was rolling not as well as she rolled last time, but they seemed like they had fun. They only could stay for the first session. We played with Dave. We played a similar kind of thing that what you and I played at Daikon with the Soviet and German tanks.
Okay.
Different scenario, same map, same that rug map that he has.
Yep.
And different sort of configuration, but it went okay. Soviets creamed us.
Oh, okay.
Did you like the meme I sent you of paint me like one of your French girls? How I paint miniatures?
I did like that.
Yeah.
I showed it to
That's so
Marla.
neat.
I showed it to Marla, and she was like, "I don't get it," and I'm like,
Yeah. You have not selected the right target audience, Les. You should know better, the marketer.
she was the only person nearby that would even remotely understand.
You have to nigger out.
But and then so John Velker came as well, and he played both sessions. We ended up playing with the same guy the Dave guy that ran the American Civil War game that we played last time we were up there. So we played with him. We played another Civil War game, Battle of Mechanicsville, which was pretty cool. And went to the we took it to the end, and Dave Shafter was actually on my. Not with Josh. No, no. It was actually pretty good. We played several people. Dave Schaffner was actually on my team for that one. So that was fun. And Dave is a bit incorrigible when it comes to he basically we were like, all right, we're going to press around the left, push the Union armies to the right, and pin them down against those woods over there. And Dave's like, Leroy Jenkins, and we took took all his North Carolina guys straight up the middle, cut the forces in half. Here I am wheeling around on the left flank, just going, what the hell's going on, man? But he's like he was doing bayonet charges and all this kind of stuff, and he went berserk.
Was this World War II level or what?
So in that one was American Civil War. So it was.
I still heard the Russians creamed us. I was like, who's doing bayonet charges?
Oh no, different.
That was a different game. So the first game was an armored tank battle, World War II, German tanks versus versus Russian tanks outside of Voronezh, which is in the Russian steppes.
Bless you.
This group is awesome because they'll do historical battles from
Mhm.
Trojan Wars up to World War II. So
That's before I met Kenna. That's what I did. We did a lot of Colorado historical gamers. That's all we did was various battles at skirmish to division level.
Mhm.
right. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
I
what
think
this
I'm
is.
the last man standing, and all the rest of them are dead now. I think.
Well, these guys, when Don and I go, we're like the young guys that
Right.
show up.
That's how it was for me.
It's like, hey, you young fellas, you want to play some military miniatures? And we're like, yeah, that'd be great.
Like, come here, youngster.
Let me tell you how shit used to be. That kind of thing.
now that we've got Betsy and Luke playing,
We use
Yeah,
real.
well,
lead
Betsy,
figures.
Betsy, and there was a lot of younger. So this thing was much more. There was, probably 10 or 11, no, 8 tables going.
oh wow,
In the
okay.
first session, and then 4. They had one where it was like aliens versus predators. At the you remember the Incan step temple in that one movie? They had it like that thing.
Oh,
And it was pretty cool. And then one guy was running a submarine battle, Hunt for Red October, on 4 tables put together. It was pretty cool. There was a lot of cool stuff going on. But I played the tried and trues. Played with Dave Schaffner in the first one, and then the other Dave in the second one. So, but yeah, good times. It was a fun event. But now we are here inside the welcome wagon at the in the labyrinth of Baphomet.
Like, I thought we moved from here. No, we're still stuck here.
No, you're
We're
still stuck
still
here. You
in
haven't
this
gone anywhere.
window right now.
So
Yep.
there was a lot of discussion that went on last week, right?
Yeah,
So
damn all that strategizing.
there was a lot of strategizing. So there was a lot of back and forth about what to do next and what you guys would need to do next. So basically it kind of comes down to, there really isn't one next step, but there's 2 possible outcomes from that. So you guys know through Bardos's efforts and some divinations and that kind of stuff, that the ineluctable prism, I'm just going to see myself out. The ineluctable prison. The ineluctable prison exists in the Breathless Mountains. It's there somewhere. The nature of this prison, and because this is Baphomet's plane, precludes Bardos from being able to scan it directly. He tried to use the Imago lens, if I recall correctly, to sort of see if he could find it, and it's hidden. And it could be due to the shifting nature of this plane. And this plane, remember, is one huge labyrinth that is constantly shifting and moving and that kind of stuff. So it could be that it's difficult to pin down because of that. It also could be that this is Baphomet's favorite prison. It's where he keeps all his favorite prisoners, and he probably doesn't want people to find it. So it could be that he's personally exerting, sort of demonic influence over where, over the ability to find out where that prison is. Because it's probably, there are other creatures in the multiverse that have friends, relatives, loved ones inside the ineluctable prison that would love to find it. And so Baphomet is like, no way, I don't want you to find my prison. So it's probably a little of both. It's probably the shifting of the labyrinth and Baphomet's pernicious infernal influence that is sort of keeping it hidden. However, there's it's possibility to find it. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was going to say, but as we know, he's on the wane at the moment, so there's a potential that maybe he's not maximizing his power to keep said prison protected. That was a lot of but you got
a lot of hot sibilants in there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That
was micro droplets everywhere.
That's why you wear a mask when you go in public. But so the other side of that coin is it came up, and I believe it was Fletcher who brought it up, was like, why don't we just kill Baphomet first? And then that'll make it easier to find the ineluctable prison, because even though the labyrinth is still shifting, there's probably going to be some sort of planar degradation, because realistically, this is Baphomet's plane. He controls it. So it would be like, if you guys managed to kill Nocticula, what would happen to her plane that she controls?
No.
And so
Gatto would take over.
Certainly Gatto. Yeah, Gatto is now second in command of the Twilight Isles. But I mean, but there's got to be, and even more so than Nocticula and the Twilight Isles, I think Baphomet and the labyrinth that is his plane and once was his prison are so inextricably linked that the likelihood, if you guys were to kill Baphomet, which is essentially what Nocticula would sort of like you to do, and to Lothar's point, at the end of last week, he said, or last time we played, was basically like, look, Erastil's not going to be too upset if we manage to make this happen, and one less demon
Right.
prince in the multiverse, that's a good thing. There's no one around that's going to be saying, hey, it's going to upset the delicate balance of demon princes and saints, that kind of stuff. They're saying, hey, if Baphomet's got to go, he's got to go. But the other side of that question is getting to him. As far as you guys know, he lives in his grand tower in the city of Blackburgh, but he controls this plane. He may or may not know that you guys are here. But if you guys try frontal assaulting him and you try to just banging on the black gate, come out and fight, Baphomet's not probably going to fight fair.
No.
He's probably not going to say, you know what, I think single combat in my weakened state is the way to go. No, he's gonna send 10,000, 100,000, an army of minotaurs out to face you. Every creature that he commands, probably, if he knows that you guys are coming at him.
I think one of the questions I can't remember how it resolved last time is, what if we kill him? Does this dimension, or whatever plane, cease to be the second he's dead?
Would
Or
not
does he have like a will to saying next evil creature in line to this would be this? I can't imagine it would be. Yeah, he would have some sort of a plan, like a secession plan, right? Because he never wants anybody to try to take him out.
Well, yeah, it's going to be Bill, his Lord Chamberlain.
The only secession plan was he did have a favorite daughter. She's dead now.
That's true.
And he hasn't updated his will.
And who was responsible for that? You guys. So he's not happy about that. And you also, when he came to get vengeance upon you for that, that was when Nocticula struck. So
Right.
You guys are maybe if we can get close to him, we can port in Nocticula again in some way. Maybe she can come and finish the job, or maybe we can finish the job.
She will not come to this plane to do that.
Have you asked already?
I have not, but I just get the feeling that she will not directly interfere
So
on
close
this
already,
plane.
are you?
Yes, he's arranging.
You speak.
Well, he makes.
I am Grima Wormtongue. I speak for her. All right, sorry.
I am the Lorax. I speak to the trees.
And for the
Trees.
demon princess back of the
And
old
for the
city.
demon princess
But,
Nocticula.
Well, no, it makes a certain kind of sense. And those of you with planes knowledge would understand that. It's basically Nocticula was able to sort of attack Baphomet successfully because Baphomet came to her plane.
He was on her plane.
He was on her plane because he had come there because you guys had killed Arilu Vulesh, Hepsimira, and he was incensed. And so flew in to sort of take his revenge, not real, and in his rage didn't realize that he was making himself vulnerable to Nocticula.
Right.
It's not for nothing that they call her the goddess
Assassin of
assassin.
gods. Right.
Yeah. So
But
so Gatto's exactly right. For her to come here puts her at vulnerability.
Right.
If you were to kill him, it would not destroy this plane. This plane wasn't created by Baphomet. It was created by Asmodeus.
This plane was created to imprison him, but he learned the secrets of it.
Yeah, he picked the locks and made it his own. And Asmodeus, for whatever reason, did not feel compelled to make a production out of it.
Right. At that time. Right.
Right. Baphomet also has literally hundreds of daughters and sons. So while Hepsimira may have been one of his favorites enough to incense him, were he to be killed, it could easily spark something akin to a civil war amongst his offspring.
Siblings or offspring, right?
To try and see who would sort of take over not only this plane, but also sort of inherit his power. That power, think about the law of conservation of energy. That power in that demon, in that demon prince is not going to just fade into the universe like dead heat coming off of a black sun. It's going to go. It's going to go somewhere.
Not that I want to do this, but if God were to do the killing strike, wouldn't he inherit all the power?
Well, certainly some things would probably happen to you.
Yeah, gotta get some pretty sweet Minotaur horns, probably.
couple of things might occur.
A couple of things are going to happen.
Yeah, but I don't know that you can, by killing a demon prince, that you automatically inherit their power. That's probably
Right. I know.
It's trial and error. You got to keep, killing.
You got to keep killing demon princes until you find one that's going to transfer.
Yeah. This one's got compatibility.
You
So-
might be able to show up in demonic probate court with the rest of his kids and see if you can hash it out there.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're describing some sort of Minotaur Charlie Chan who's got number one son who he offed, and now we got to deal with all the rest.
You see Gatto show up in like demon court, and he's he looks like so we come up. He looks like this. He's like, "Hi, I've got a armadillo on my head, and I'm ready to talk." He's wearing a suit, This is my best suit. I bought it in Alushinyrra. Never mind.
Now, Les,
Mhm.
it's not here yet, but I did send you an updated token.
That's the new one. I updated it.
Wait. With the tattoo?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's on there.
Too. How nice.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys could see that.
I can because I know where it is. Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
There it is.
I was
Right
imagining
there.
a prison teardrop sort of look, but
Little arrow tattoo below the left eye.
this in nice curly Q font says evil.
No. He's just misunderstood. So that was sort of the bulk of it. I mean, so you've got a couple of things. Like, so attacking Baphomet early, killing Baphomet earlier, somehow managing to draw him out of his tower. Keep in mind, he's well aware that he's in a weakened state, and he's well aware that he's vulnerable. So if you're a demon prince with a couple of dozen centuries of demon princing about behind you, and you've just taken a really solid punch to the face, do you go around traipsing around trying to look for enemies? No, you probably lock yourself away in your tower.
Hiding away.
You hang out for a year, and you surround yourself with friends and lackeys. And you wait for your pet. If he is sufficiently provoked, did I just freeze again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
I thought you were just dragging it out for us to build suspense.
Yeah, it was dramatic pause.
Very Shatner of you.
This working?
Yeah.
So that said, we've already demonstrated that's enough provocation is sufficient to draw him out into a vulnerable position. If you can somehow figure out a way to provoke him to this extent again, that might draw him out and in his vulnerable state. And especially if he thinks it's you guys, right? Because remember, you guys didn't fight Baphomet. Nocticula fought Baphomet. He was coming to slaughter you guys. So he really doesn't. He's not 100% on what. I mean, he probably still thinks that he could just wipe you guys out. 7 mortals coming from the plane of existence, wandering around. He's probably of the mind that he thinks that you guys were bait, essentially, for that Nocticula.
Well, like 6
put in
mortals
place.
and Bardos, right?
6 mortals and Bardos. That's right. That's the new name of the party. 6 mortals and Bardos. The Optimist Primes. That's out.
Yeah,
It's
no more thup, no more opposite strap.
6 M's and a B. So, I mean, it's possible that he's still not knowledgeable. He knows who you guys are, though. So maybe if he was to discover your presence here, he's like, oh, these fucking guys, I will go kill these guys. I'll make a special long weekend out of that.
I'm sure he would, but I would say it's probably not going to notice that he's injured, at least to the people who know how to sense that. And we've already made deals with enemies of his enemy. And let's say not say deals, because that'll that's a trigger word for a certain.
Yeah,
people,
watch
but,
that.
but I would say enemies are enemies. We might be able to make an arrangement with other people who'd be perfectly happy to see him taken out. That we might be able to work together on that, because we have no interest in said plane or anything else. We're interested in the prisoners and taking him out, and I'm sure we're not the only ones. There's a list.
That's a good point. So there are other prisoners in the ineluctable prison who have allies, friends, loved ones, what have you, who would be appreciative and maybe even assist in a potential jailbreak. There are also certainly powerful demons on this plane who, by and large, will kowtow to Baphomet while he's in charge. But now
They're beholding to him, right?
Right, but now that he's in a weakened state, maybe they can be incentivized. If they think, hey, think about it, if you're Baphomet's third in command, you're a powerful Balor or something, right? Baphomet does something stupid and gets weakened by a fellow demon prince, almost assassinated. Manages to squeak back here, but he's screwed for a year and a day.
But he's screwed for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Suddenly you become aware that there's a bunch of crazy prime material guys on the plane who are gunning for Baphomet. And you're thinking, if I put these guys in front of Baphomet and they win, I step in, I zap number 2 in command and I step into a whole plane's worth of power. If I put them in front of these guys and they fail, nobody knows that I did it.
Right.
Everything's fine. It's a win-win. So maybe there's people out there that are there's demons out there that might be incentivized, might be amenable to providing information. And
You saying demons being chaotic evil may be likely to do this?
There's no retirement plan for this. You gotta. It's like mirror. You gotta kill somebody to move up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of Klingon-esque in that regard.
Right.
And I don't imagine Baphomet is a great boss. I imagine he's not giving a lot of people days off.
A lot of positive feedback.
Yeah,
Bonus incentive structure.
Coming behind, some of his favorite things, like, you're really doing a great job at the demoning.
So-
That's fantastic.
So a story real quick. I recently started working for the government. Okay.
This one just went right off the rails right off the bat, didn't it?
In the past, a week before or something like that, a president may say, "Hey, in honor of Thanksgiving, go ahead and take the Friday after off," because that is not a federal holiday, and they don't normally have it off. Okay, or he may say, "Hey, go ahead and take 2 hours off before Veterans Day as a reward, and be kind and everything." They said during the 4 years of the past administration, none of that ever happened.
Oh, really?
Really?
Well, my boss has a thing, and and frankly, I think it's okay. He says, Veterans Day, you get the day off if you're a veteran. And I'm like, all right, that makes a certain kind of sense. So I can deal with that. But yeah, usually, Baphomet not known for his hands-on management technique or a lot of positive reinforcement.
Right, reinforcement.
A lot of merit promotions within the demon ranks, that kind of stuff. No, that's not his thing.
There's a comedian, Corey Holcomb, who has a thing about all the holidays. And he's talking about, like, I'm hearing all about these holidays. They got, Yom Kippur, you got this off, you got that off. Like, here's a new rule. If you're off, I'm off. like, what is it, Yom Kippur? Shalom, my brother. Yeah.
Well, I told you, Matt, you remember Brian Jolson, don't you?
Yeah, I know Jolson.
So did Jolson ever tell you about the time when I caught him lying to me about Jewish holidays?
No, I don't think he would have revealed the time he was caught out by a shiksa or whatever here. How did you do this?
Well, no, he would, so
Gentile, I guess.
occasionally. So he goes, and he told me, he's like, I'm not really devout, but my dad is. And so whenever there's a big holiday, he likes to go to temple, and I go with him, and it's a whole ordeal. And I'm like, hey, whatever you gotta do. He's like, so he called me up one time. He's like, hey, I got to take off Friday and go to temple. It's and there was like this pause. It was obvious. It became obvious that he was trying to. He wasn't prepared. He was trying to make up, and he made up some like Rosh Balasha. I got to take off for Rosh Balasha. And I'm like, that's a made up holiday. You made that up. He's like, no, it's real. I was like, I have Google I can Google this. Do you want me to? He's like, all right, I made it up. I'm like, just take the day off, man. You can take the day off. He's like, yeah, but I kind of like lying to you about Jewish holidays. I was like, all right. So we're taking off Rosh Balasha. All right, yes, but so there is a couple of things. The other side of that coin is, there was a fair amount of talk about the environmental conditions surrounding the ineluctable prison. It is, I think we did the math, it is pretty much Everest level mountain ranges. It's high altitude. There's problems. There are problems associated with that could impact. And I know that Lothar did a lot of spell research last time we played to determine whether or not we could do some things. There was I believe talking about I have in my notes here planar adaptation, making a demi-plane sort of a base ops that would last for a couple of weeks. There were some creation ideas there, all of which designed to try and keep you from suffering the ill effects of the mountainous region in which the ineluctable prison is. That said, you still don't have a good location for this thing. And if it's a shifting location, you're going to need some really good intel just to find the damn thing. If you guys are deciding that you guys are just going to wander through these high altitude mountains until you find it, that's a problem, because the likelihood is that you won't before the high altitude gets you in some fashion. So you guys need intel, probably more than anything.
And where are we gonna get that?
Well, there's
a tried and true place to find all intel in Dungeons and Dragons. Let me tell you, there's in one in every town. It's called the Inn. Whatever passes for an inn on this plane of existence will have the intel we're looking for. At least the first nuggets, the breadcrumbs of life.
I'm up for a drink.
You do have a couple of options. A couple of options. So Bardos has, I believe, 2 scrolls, maybe 3 scrolls of teleport at 12th level of casting that can get you guys. And he also has the book that you guys got from, that actually Farina got from Nocticula. Farina was it a gift from Nocticula, that book? I think it was.
Yes, it was, but I gifted it to Bardos because I thought he could use it.
It was basically a book about mazes and Baphomet's plane and information over there. And there's enough information in that book for you guys to get you guys to the capital city of the Ivory Labyrinth, which is called Blackburgh. This is where Baphomet's tower is. It is a city of demons, which you guys have some experience with. Demon cities. So it's possible that the intelligence that you're looking for may be available there. There's also the idea that you might be able to provide intelligence to certain people. I mean, you know why Baphomet has sealed himself off in his tower, if that's what he's been doing.
Right.
You know the reason why. Whereas Baphomet himself would be very reluctant to let that information get out the door.
But if it slipped out somehow, I mean, who's to say how they got out in the wild?
I know, the cat can get out of the bag. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of places you go. It sounds like, at least based on the discussion that you guys had last time, is that you were going to foment a plan to either go after Baphomet personally or try to find the prison. It was going to be one of those 2 things, but you didn't have a plan set up. You did have a couple of teleportations. Blackburgh seems to be a place where the intelligence that you need may be available. Or you could try to look for other demons here in the labyrinth, because you're here in the labyrinth, and you do know that you're at a welcome wagon station. Eventually some more demons will come here to shift these guys.
Let's take inventory. Didn't we have some sort of disguise plan for this plane, or no?
There was a fair amount of discussion last time about Gatto disguising himself as
here comes a dramatic pause again.
Yep.
One of these 6-armed snake people.
That's right. And then there was a
You have
debate if
blades.
you could draw 6 blades at once. Like, why would you need to draw 6 blades at once? And Les has slipped into the other dimension.
Yeah, he needs to restart his
Yeah. So we have six weapons from this person here that Gatto would like to carry with him, and I think that's where the discussion ended last time.
That sounds about right.
That's what it says up in the text.
And Lothar said he trusts Gatto.
Oh, that doesn't
Yeah,
sound
that
right.
Peter's
at all.
I don't recall this.
I heard it. Lothar says he trusts Gatto more than, I don't know, Asmodeus. it was something obvious.
All right, I guess we're gonna have to DM our own game now. So, who wants to take lead? Who wants to get behind the shield? And
I've got it. So you guys find your way to the city,
all right.
and the tower's right in front of you.
And
All right.
Baphomet's sleeping.
Are there any guards, or can we just?
No, there's no guards. It's
Oh,
unlocked.
okay. All right, let's Leroy Jenkins right through the front door.
He is currently sleeping without any weapons next to him.
Okay, we're gonna let Gatto sneak attack him 4 times, and then
Divine smite me,
Barbarian
divine
Eye,
smite me.
the barbarian and I will finish him off.
Back up. It's back
Is
up.
that good?
Yeah.
Hi.
Sounds
Internet
good.
Hey.
has failed trying to relog in.
That was my
Hey,
first
Les.
date attack.
Yeah, we since you were gone, Don took over, and thus we already got to
We already
Blackburgh.
took out Baphomet.
So we're just attacking him right now.
Yeah, we got to the city, found the tower. It
Yeah, it was
wasn't
unguarded.
guarded. We went in.
Oh, great. Wait, let me check and make sure that that's canon in my book. Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Killed him in his sleep. It's all good.
He was sleeping. We had
He
the
was
ceremonial
sleeping.
dagger was on the counter next
It's
to him.
being recorded, so you know it's true.
That's true. Can't wait to review this recording later.
You can
Um,
enjoy your own frozen face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Great. Yeah, frankly, Frozen is not a good look for me. So never has been. But yeah, so I mean, there was some talk to answer your question. You probably were already discussing it, but Gato had talked about like he has greater disguise. He could disguise himself as something that would look like Odinka, maybe boss these guys around. Gato, do you speak Infernal?
No.
Abyssal. I mean, Abyssal.
Here we go.
Neither of those.
I don't. I need to learn one.
That's there's only 1 week you've missed asking God if he speaks Abyssal in all the weeks we've been playing together. There's only been 1 week.
Bardos can teach you that, Don, if you want to spend some time with him.
Yep, I'll do that.
Hold on just a second, guys.
So I am currently learning Abyssal.
Yeah. He's
Wait,
got the
He knows how to ask where the bathroom is
Yeah. And where the library is.
and where the library is.
And how to get another beer.
the old biblioteca, huh?
That's it.
More beer, please.
Swear words.
Yes,
This is missing some magic content.
they're really big on libraries here. But Marla, I'm playing with my friends.
Stop sucking up all my bandwidth up there, kid.
Yes, dear. I'll be right there. There's
No,
nothing.
he's being too polite. It can't be his kids.
No, Don is an asshole.
He did say yeah.
Well, that's
I know how to
true.
read lips. I think I just learned a phrase.
Oh, well, his headphones still work.
Yeah.
And if our paladin has the ability to check roll 20 chat,
I do.
Ooh, hello.
No deals, no chords, no arrangement, no compromise, packs. We've already done at least 3 of those.
yeah. So whatever synonyms,
Articula.
whatever synonyms you can come up with, Lothar owns a thesaurus. Knock it off.
Now,
No
Gato
deals
is
or
not
any
a
other
demon.
synonymous language. with
I'm going to
demons.
pay Gato to steal your thesaurus. Replace it with an infernal copy. So, Les, are you back with us?
I'm back with you.
All right. So apparently we didn't know this, but Don's been going to night school for Abyssal for the last few episodes.
Oh, does he now?
Yeah.
My crayon is large.
He knows where the biblioteca
Habe ein
is.
Bleistift, mein Bleistift ist groß.
My Bleistift is gross. The infernal guys is like, Odika, what's your problem?
I
Como
have a
se
pencil.
llama problemo? Yeah, that'll last about 10 seconds.
By next level, I'll know it. I'm learning it right
Next
now.
level, I'm
By
learning.
next level, I'll know it.
I'm always when I imagine this is what you guys do, like guys rest overnight. There's Don, he's got a pencil in his mouth, he's going through his notebooks, and he's saying, he's like, oh shit, I fucked that up again. That's not it. Well, yeah, so potentially a flaw in the disguise plan. Also, I don't know that the guys have ever seen Odinka with a armadillo on her head.
Well, in the disguise, the armadillo isn't that
Melted?
obvious.
Okay. Okay.
So maybe she could take the old blade to the throat where she's got a high, she can have one of us speak for her. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know how that would work, but
For right now, for this level, yeah, we might have to do that if I do that disguise, where someone else speaks for me. But
tongue spell would work. I mean, you could speak that.
oh, tongues. Yeah,
Yeah.
if somebody can cast tongues on me or something.
I don't think anybody's carrying it though. I think from last time we talked about it that nobody's actually
Nobody currently has it.
Right.
Oh.
And you do recognize that at some point in the future, and you're not sure how long into their shift these dumbasses that you guys killed were, but at some point a new set of dumbasses will show up to sort of relieve these guys.
Yeah.
Is there a portal or something we can throw these guys to, the one that we came through, or?
There's several doors. I mean, it's not portals. You sort of teleported here. But
Oh, we teleported here, that's right. okay.
yeah, the way this works is that so there are these, like, I call them welcome wagons, but there's these welcome zones for this plane. If you have business with Baphomet or anything, what happens is, because of the nature of the labyrinth, you can't teleport directly to Blackburgh or any of the other places in this plane because of it's too confusing for the teleport spell. So you end up being shunted to one of these areas where you are welcomed by a committee. You are ascertained as to what your business on this plane is, and then you are maybe either given directions or accompanied to your destination.
Can I clarify something?
Sure.
My understanding was it was plane shift that was.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, you're right. Not teleport. Sorry.
So
You're right.
I plane shift us here, or plane shifted us into this plane, but then we got shunted here because plane shift is the spell that gets affected by whatever. So from here, if Bardos has that book, there's still the potential that he can teleport us accurately to what is it, Blackburgh?
Blackburgh is the name of the city. Yeah.
Right.
Does Bardos have greater teleport?
Yes.
Do it. I think we should probably do something about these bodies, though. Should we put them in our one of our bags? Worst case.
Well, there's several. I mean, you
put them in the room up here.
Yeah, there's several rooms and doors. This opened up. I mean, you opened up this door and
She
investigated.
came out of a room up here.
True.
I just wanted, but I mean, we're on an evil plane. There's got to be. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a necromancer. Could probably make him speak about what happened here, and I prefer that not happen.
You chop off their head and cut out their tongue and take the tongue with you.
Okay, so we got to have the.
That's what Bob DeRusso always did, so he couldn't speak with dead.
The head bag.
You guys have a tongue satchel now?
We're gonna have a tongue sack.
It's more like a fanny pack. Yeah.
You could fit a dozen tongues in a fanny pack.
Yep.
There should be an exit out of this area, though. I mean, maybe first we should just get outside, and we could be.
Well, there's lots of
on the block.
exits. We just don't know which one to take.
Well, see, that's a bit of the problem, Bardos. And you would sort of, like, by having perused that book, you get the impression like going through those doors basically leads into a much larger, ever-shifting labyrinth. That's what this plane is about. As you read into it, Blackburgh is a city, but it's essentially a city inside of a room inside this labyrinth. And it's the city that sort of pierces the labyrinth in certain ways. But like other places, like if you were just going to start wandering around out here, you would probably get lost pretty quick, and you might encounter other creatures, you might encounter other things, but it wouldn't necessarily take you where you want to go.
Right? The book keeps us from getting lost, right?
Yeah, it does to a certain extent, but it could easily be a very long walk.
How does that work exactly? Because I mean, it seems like this is an entry point. There should be a way to get out. Most people just don't know
there are
what it is.
several. Yeah, there are several. I mean, you could walk into the labyrinth and start meandering around the labyrinth, and the book would help you to sort of find if you were saying, look, we want to go to Blackburgh and we want to walk there, the book would help you, but there would probably you would have to gauge it how far it would be, what sort of things you would encounter in between. You're not sort of sure what's going on in this labyrinth between here and Blackburgh. You could do that, certainly, and the book would help you. You wouldn't necessarily become lost, but it would be difficult to determine exactly how long it would take you to get to Blackburgh, but it's possible.
Okay, so we got to figure out. I can do me and 4 creatures, so we have to figure out how to combine, consolidate.
What are you using to do that?
What's that?
What are you using to do that?
Greater teleport or teleport, either one.
Well,
I've
if
got
you
greater,
use-
I've got greater teleport, so we'll both go.
We could get in the old bag that you did last time we did this, right? Where 4 of us got into a bag. It almost didn't work out for us, but
We don't need to.
I thought that worked out very well.
It'd be good to save spells, though, Mike. Considering where we are, I'd rather.
This whole level of spells, I did redundant. So I took plane shift and greater teleport, which you two can both do, but I figure I'm the backup and I'm more for a buffer anyway. You guys can do more with your spells than I can. So I'm probably better to cast these spells and you guys save, like Lothar save his for heal stuff, and then you save yours for any other things you can do that I can't.
Okay. So then we got enough to do. So the question is, Les, can I look at this book and, well, Greater Teleport basically,
As long as you've got an accurate description,
which we
As
do, we
long
have
as
an
it's not
accurate
mis-
description in the book of,
You do.
yeah, you're 100% there. There's no mischance.
Yep.
okay. And then I can let you read it too, and
Yep.
you will be the same.
Yep.
So the question is there somewhere in, is it Blackport or Blackwell?
Blackburgh.
Blackburgh. Is there somewhere there? This is a normal city, or is it a maze too?
Kind of.
Well, I mean, it's so your experience so far has only been with one demonic city, and that's Alushinyrra. But you know, based on some of your other studies, that Alushinyrra is atypical of demonic cities. For one, it's welcoming to primes because it's very commercially focused. So primes can reasonably expect to not be flat out murdered in the streets. There's also, because of the commercial element of that city, there's a fair amount of amenities, right? There are taverns, there are hotels, there are commercial interests, there are, that kind of stuff. Blackburgh, as you read about it in the book, does not seem to have that kind of thing. You see no entries for hotels that block demons from entering, that cater to primes. You don't see any entries for inns of any kind. You don't you talk about there are certain portions of it that talk about the warrens and ghettos of Blackburgh where demons live. It's not the same kind of place. So while it's a little bit vague, the book is a little bit vague. It's certainly
I mean, if it's set up a society or it has a city, it has some sort of infrastructure to it. But you're not saying that they're super friendly and they're not exactly ready for primes to be coming and asking questions.
well, right. I mean, so Blackburgh is it's Baphomet's capital city. You people, who are you talking about? You people.
Read right above that.
No, I saw it. So I mean, this is what you would probably look at, Bartos, as you read the book, you would probably recognize that Blackburgh conforms much more closely to what most people would think of as a demon city. Alushinyrra, not so much. Alushinyrra is a very friendly place compared to how Blackburgh is described here.
There's really nowhere that primes can like go get a beer.
Very unlikely,
Right,
and
right.
probably unlikely that there's a place where demons can go get a beer.
All right, scratch Flashheart's plan. We got to be a little more direct in
No
our
inns. Okay.
demons don't necessarily always need to eat or drink. So there may not be any restaurants. I mean, sometimes they like to do it, like feasting on the flesh of their enemies. But demons don't. A lot of types of demons don't necessarily have to feed.
Hey Don, do you
And when
still
you
have
do,
that
you go to the
scale?
Brazilian Steakhouse. See, what's that?
Yes,
Are you using that still, or do you have things that have?
I am not using the scale.
Okay, so we do have a alter self scale that we can
I forgot about that.
Totally
use
forgot about that.
to augment this illusion that Gatto can do. Maybe I don't know what, but
Somebody else appearing as a demon or some sort of
right, just to back
spokesperson
up.
for the demon
Yeah, is
that
alter
speaks
self,
abyssal.
alter self, is that only human? Is that right? Alter self.
I don't.
You can appear as a demon, but of normal size. I'm allowed to appear
Smaller,
larger.
medium, humanoid type, or demons humanoid types?
Cast a
Some
spell.
are.
You can assume the form of any small or medium creature of the humanoid type.
2 arms, 2 legs, and 1 head.
Yeah, demons are, I don't believe, humanoid. But let me
It's,
check.
2 arms,
It's
2 legs,
solid.
and 1 head, less. So that's
2 arms, 2 legs, and 1 head. New indie band. Looks good.
Some demons are going to be humanoid because it's basically just saying you have 2 legs and two arms and 1 head. So
Well, I'm looking at a demon type. So a demon type like the welcome demons. The welcome demons are colossi.
Oh, it's the family show list.
And they are 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head. That head is the head of a fly, like an insect head, but it's still a head. And they are listed as being outsiders, chaotic, demon, evil, and extraplanar, not humanoid. So I don't know that a spell like Alter Self, which is a relatively low-level spell, would be sufficient.
human, dark folk, or goblinoid.
Let me look at the humanoid thing. What it talks about them. Humanoids. Humanoids usually have 2 arms, 2 legs, and 1 head, or a human-like torso, arms, and head. Humanoids have few or no supernatural or extraordinary abilities, and most can speak and usually have well-developed societies. Every humanoid creature has a specific subtype to match its race, such as human, dark folk, goblinoid. Gotcha. Yeah. So, yeah, humanoids would be like giants.
Yep, none of the demons look to be humanoid.
So I'm looking at the humanoid by Bestiary, and I see drow, duergar, giants, trolls, gnolls, lycanthropes, kobolds, rat folk. I don't see any demons here. Sverneblin.
There's some rat folk running around this plane somewhere.
Zoogs.
Zool.
Yes, we couldn't pretend to be demons, but we could pretend to be something that might live on this plane.
Well, not with an alter self spell. There are other spells probably that may allow you to do it a greater image or something like that. I don't know. It depends
How
on.
about minotaurs? Are minotaurs humanoid?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
The other thing,
That's
the
a
other
search
thing,
engine's going to have some very interesting results for the NSA. Are minotaurs?
Monstrous humanoid. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Are they? Okay. They're not listed among the humanoids here, but okay. Let me look at roll them up. Hold on.
It
So you
says
make this
monstrous humanoid in the bestiary.
So we can be a
Cannon now.
grotesquely small minotaur. With a hump
A
on our
midget.
back.
They're a midget minotaur.
Like those little Doberman pinchers,
Look at you, monstrous humanoid. All right. Yes, absolutely. That's legit.
Look at the big brain on Bardos.
the other thing to consider is there are 2 of us that radiate auras of good. And I don't think that changes if you just change our appearance.
We have the wand for that, though, right? We got the wand.
Wand of what?
Flush also has the power of seduction. You can take one for the team.
That's what Bardo spent a couple days making. What the hell? Where is it at?
Yeah, what's the wand?
Was it mind shield, mind blank? What?
Yeah.
Also, those goody 2-shoes could be indentured servants.
Over your dead body.
I'd rather not.
That's what I said.
Okay,
Just when
those
you make a
those
friend,
goody
you know?
2-shoes could appear
Uh-oh.
as those indentured servants.
I didn't notice Les got nuked again.
Lost less than
Over your
Oh.
apparent dead body.
Oh, he's having a rough time.
All right.
So Don, is he
Time
keeping
stop.
it because he's making someone a secondary host?
We made Gordon.
Wand of undetectable alignments.
There we go.
I think it's just not timing out in time.
Does that wand help the aura thing?
Yeah, it makes your alignment undetectable. Yeah, we Bardo spent a couple days extra to make that so that we could hide ourselves
All right.
Okay.
here
cool.
specifically. So.
Yeah, I
Brilliant.
think if that's the case, then let's get the show on the road. I don't think I realized that. Why did we list that among our assets with the Holocaust token?
In the wheelbarrow. Where do we put the
Wheelbarrow.
wheelbarrow?
That's with the albino, I think.
Over the
We sp-
albino.
Seriously, we spent like an hour discussing how to do that a
Yeah,
couple sessions ago.
but we did it in, it was 3.5 weeks ago or something. And a time shift. It's like, it's 11 o'clock my time in
Well,
reality
yes,
right
when
now.
was the last time you reset your internet equipment?
Yesterday,
Ouch.
just because it was doing the same thing. It was doing the same thing. I don't know why it's doing this, and I apologize. We've just been having trouble with our internet the last 36 hours or so. I thought it was fixed. The internet all day today was fine. Everything seemed to be working appropriately, but of course now.
If anyone watches SNL, I highly recommend watching the Spectrum.
Oh, that was
skit.
hilarious.
It was.
I want to cancel my account. Where do you want the landline hooked up?
Would you like the landline added?
Was this a recent one or an old one?
It was
Last
Saturday.
week, last Saturday.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Who was on last night? Somebody said somebody interesting was on last night.
Calkin, not Macaulay Calkin, but his brother.
Kieran Culkin.
Kieran Culkin and Ed Sheeran.
Oh, Ed Sheeran, that's it. Yeah.
Kieran Culkin, the Faramir of the Culkin family.
They had a lot of
Boromir, I'll tell you that.
They had a lot of surprise guests show up. That were, Dan Warwick.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was.
Oh, we lost Les again.
He was smiling at our joke. Like, wow, he's really enjoying this joke. He had a big crocodile smile and then
Closed.
Yeah, he needs to go reset.
Yep. He needs to start.
Yeah, they
streaming
spoofed
internet.
Dan Warwick a lot, and I was wondering what she thought of that. But it was good to
And
see
then-
her
but
there,
now she
kind of embracing it.
obviously wasn't that bad off with it. That was
Right, right.
Thank you for making me relevant to the next generation.
Yeah, basically.
They wouldn't have any idea who I was otherwise. All right.
I mean,
so we've all-
she's what, 80 years old or something? I mean,
at least.
Lord, at least.
Probably more. All right, so we all plotted against Les now. We've
wait till he shows up, then we probably get some.
all right, everybody look cool, look cool.
Well, the screen's there, but he's not.
This is me casting greater invisibility, by the way. Boop.
Oh, good job.
Wow, well done.
I didn't realize this, but my new laptop has a camera blocker built into the laptop, which I've never seen before. Or less. He'd be calling us from FaceTime soon.
How desperate. Yeah.
Like, this is my de-stressing time. Ah!
You know, while we're waiting for him to come back, I was gonna, at some point in time, tell you guys about some changes to Fletcher so that they're not a surprise to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Is this a gender reveal?
Is the neutral evil alignment made?
Tell
Two
us about-
heads,
tell
three
us about-
legs.
Tell us about Caitlin.
So you might remember Les sent an email out a while back about like unprecedented offer to tweak a character if you feel you kind of screwed up somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And as Mike can attest, I really was lost with Fletcher in his first few levels. In fact, I was so frustrated at level 4 that I actually wrote to both Mike and Les to say, I've screwed up and I don't understand what I'm doing because obviously I've made a mistake.
I'm not min-maxing well, Mike. What do I do?
It wasn't even min-maxing. I didn't even know Pathfinder's rules yet. I was all over the place. And Les basically pointed out that I hadn't read the Advanced Player's Guide or the Ultimate Combat Guide yet. And that's where the best barbarian stuff was at. So he said, make sure you read that. And once I read that, I'm like, oh, I know exactly what I want to do. But I always wondered what would have happened if I hadn't screwed up my choices at levels 2, 3, and 4. So he let me redo those choices and rebuild. And I gave up pretty much nothing. 2 rage powers I never use and dodge. In exchange, I picked up elemental blood, all 3 levels of it, and I chose electricity.
What does that
From
do?
time to time now, you'll see Fletcher add electrical damage to his attacks, and he can fly.
You go full Thur now. I'm sorry, and you can fly.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
wait,
can fly.
and what?
This is some bullshit over here. I'm anointed by a god. And I got no flying powers. All right. No, I went to the Dawn School of redoing a whole character sheet because I had fucked it up pretty bad.
So now instead of 5 attacks that do 8,000 damage, you have 5 attacks that do 9,000 damage, and you can fly away and look cool.
Yeah,
Yes,
Okay.
that's basically it.
got it. All right, everybody be cool. Les is back.
Okay, you guys can see and hear me?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
I restarted my
Router.
my router and modem. So let's see what happens. But I did
Take the rest of your family off the internet.
Oh yeah, I did that. I do that just for fun sometimes. But so I did a quick check beforehand, and it looks like it might be on Spectrum's side. So we'll see what happens. But I did
Okay.
restart everything and run the diagnostics.
Here's what you do, Les. If you
You
get
go
kicked
side?
again, you call Don on FaceTime, right? And he'll just hold your face up to the camera like this.
Yeah, I'll do this on cellular with like an iPhone and an iPad 3, like
Yeah.
you do, like you do when you're coming home from work.
Oh yeah, don't you love when I call from the airport? One time on a flight from LA to home, I got you guys for about 20 minutes before
Yep.
they kicked out again.
It was awesome.
Like checked out. I really wanted to be able to. It was they'd already darkened the cabin, but I really wanted to play. Like, oh man, I'll get in trouble if I start. Yeah, I get. My wife tells me I get louder and louder as the night goes on.
All right, so what did you guys think about or talk about while I was gone?
Oh, nothing.
Not much.
Just talked about our good church work and
Okay.
how our families are and whatnot. No. Gordon reminded us that all the problems we were trying to resolve, he solved last week for us, and
Yeah.
we could move on with this bullshit already.
Okay.
Does that summarize it, Gordon?
Well, we have a wand that we can do undetectable alignment.
Good point.
That's all. Yeah, we didn't basically plan anything last. We're hopeless. Paddling and without an oar.
We thought we had the wand, and then we realized that Gatto's been using it the whole time, so it's gone.
Got 2 charges left on it. It's like, what happens?
What? All right, so undetectable alignment. We have at least 1 or 2 disguise options here. A bunch of creepy malformed minotaurs, and
I'm not disguising myself.
everybody can speak abyssal except the guy who's gonna be the best in disguise, right?
That's correct.
All right. So I can be your I can be like a Jack Horkheimer minion in front of you, or no, Peter Lorre. I can do a good Peter Lorre for you if you like, and speak for you on behalf of my mistress. What was her name? Odessa? Odinka?
Odinka.
Mistress Odinka.
Well, so is that what you guys are going to do? You're going to hide your alignments, disguise your faces, pretend to be Odinka, put Gatto in charge, and then teleport to Blackburgh?
I don't think any of them agree to putting Gatto in charge.
If we do that, I want
You sent me that message, Don, to try and slip that in there.
I want full Lothar prayers before we get any sort of Gatto in charge situation.
We've already ascertained Gatto in charge is over his dead body. And he said he would rather not, so he's good with not being in
Yes,
charge.
I would rather not.
All right.
So you're going to tie us all up, Don, or what's the plan with the?
No, you don't have to be tied up to be prisoners. You just have to be
You're gonna do the Wookiee handcuff move from Star Wars.
downbeaten and subservient.
Oh, Farina's awesome at that.
He's the best. But
Let's do it.
Sense motive rolls won't be
Speaking
needed.
of Farina, are you writing Otto now, Connor? Is that
No, I mean, I haven't really considered to use him that way. No.
because it looks like he's got a saddle on now.
I don't think he's got a saddle. I think that's just the way this thing kind of torques when you look at it. Hold on a second. Let me make sure.
He does look a little saddled.
No, it looks like a saddle.
Kind of looks like an otter too.
It does have a saddle. Okay. It does
What
look
the
also
what?
like an otter.
He's a saddled otter.
Saddled otter. That
And
is
for
one
some
of
unknown reason, he has a ring around his tail.
the saddled otter is one of those
And, like,
Kama Sutra moves I
no
just didn't want to
teeth.
try.
He has no teeth. He's like a geriatric saddled otter. But he's big.
Pounces gum claw.
Plus
Definitely
2
gonna be-
saliva attack.
Yeah, we need the acid maw for sure now.
All right, so we're going to hide our alignments and teleport. Is that the idea?
Yes,
Wow, it took an hour to get there.
yes.
Yes.
And now it's all going to go to hell in 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
Is Gatto going to disguise himself?
Why is Gatto asking someone else that?
Well, I'm making sure you guys are okay with me doing it.
Well, I don't know that you
Why
want to
wouldn't
be
we
wandering about with Nocticulus symbol on your face.
Oh,
He's going to be disguised.
The arrow isn't her symbol. Okay, maybe it is.
Symbol of
Okay.
ownership.
All right, you got me.
So is there anywhere, Les, if I read this book, is there anywhere that we can teleport to on this plane in this city that will be, I mean, is there a top of a building that's not occupied, or, I mean,
There's several sort of open squares and stuff like that. But when you look at in the map that shows that you see in this book is actually kind of curious to you, because it shows a fairly large city, but it doesn't have any. So there's a couple of elements about the map. You look at the map and there are portions of it that don't seem to have any detail in them. Like, we didn't get the chance to map these places. The ones that do have detail don't really have a lot. It's actually weirdly uniform in a way, in that there are no obvious, like, this is downtown, this is uptown, this is where people live, this is where people work. It's all sort of very uniformly Warren-like. It's very, frankly, it's very labyrinthine for a city.
how about the tower?
The tower sits in the middle of the city, and the city, as you even as you look at the map, the city sort of reforms itself in certain ways around the tower, but it sits in the middle, and it's quite large.
Is the tower the only thing that doesn't move?
It does not seem to move. That's correct, at least in the map. There are other elements of the map that seem to move.
Can we teleport to the tower or inside the tower? Is there anything in the book that shows details of inside that tower?
Nothing details inside. It's just a sort of it's represented in the book as sort of this black monolith. Other stuff has more detail, and you feel that it would be far easier for you to teleport into one of these more detailed areas.
Just outside
honestly, you're not sure that you could even make the magic work to get inside the tower from a teleport standpoint.
What's the top of it look like?
The top of the tower?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have it. There's no details at the top of the tower. It's just sort of like a pointed obelisk. You get the impression from some of the accompanying text in the book that the tower does change shape, and this is basically a representation of what it sometimes normally looks like. But it's mostly just like a weird sort of obelisk. You remember the thing in the you remember the Led Zeppelin album Presence? Yeah. You remember the obelisk on the album cover of that? It's like that.
About 3 layers. Are we talking dimensionally? A maze that's dimensional, or is it pretty much all flat?
It looks. You mean the city itself?
Yeah.
It looks flat. Although you get the impression that some of these buildings may be, a couple of stories tall. It gives the impression of like sort of a flat warren that continues to sort of shift in various ways.
Any records of anything underground?
Nothing on the map that you could see. And basically, considering your knowledge of this labyrinth and some of the other materials you read, you're guessing that there isn't any sort of underground system here. It would, to your eyes, as you're sort of trying to puzzle this out, it would violate the terms of the labyrinth, if for lack of a better terms, right? So digging underneath the labyrinth would not work. So there's no sewers or anything like that. It to your eyes, as you sort of look this over, it seems like it would violate the terms of the plane, being a labyrinth, and so you couldn't get up there. You do know that the same thing happens with flying, right? You won't be able to fly above this city because it would violate the terms of the maze.
How about Jennifer's, Farina's spell where she can create a pocket dimension where we can hide?
Yeah, I looked at that. It's like an extra planar. It doesn't say much about it, but when you read about it, it sounds like it's a place in space that you're pushed away to.
So that would be fine. So that wouldn't violate the terms of the labyrinth, because essentially what you're doing is you're creating an extra planar space that you can access from where you are. So you essentially, if you create something like that, it doesn't exist on this plane, so it doesn't have to follow the rules of the labyrinth. And so you can sort of access it from the labyrinth. It's sort of like plane shifting away. You guys can't cast plane shift right now and plane shift back to Galarian or what have you. You could do all those things. The magic works. The same principle would apply for your sort of extra planar hideout spell. Because
can't move it, but we can hide out in it.
Right. You can, well, Yeah, you can't move it once you're in it,
Right.
unless it has the ability to move anyway.
Mm-mm.
No, okay.
Maybe able to use that as a base camp though. How long does that last, Jennifer? Is that something that,
I'll pull it back up again.
What's the name of the spell?
Sylvian Hideaway.
Hang on. The name of the
Sylvan
spell is Sylvan Hideaway.
Sylvan Hideaway. I knew that.
Yeah, it's like the Airbnb for elves. Elf
Where,
B&B.
so where have you been for the last 2 weeks? Oh, we rented a Sylvan Hideaway in the Poconos, and it was fantastic.
Where'd you go? We didn't leave our house. We just went into this other dimension.
We just went to this other dimension and hung out there.
Great.
2 hours per level.
All right, so okay, 2 hours per level. Your level is
20, yes,
14.
13. So
13, so
26.
26 hours. Yeah, it creates an extra dimensional underground space large enough to comfortably hold 2 creatures of any size per caster level, max 12, sealed by a 5-foot square camouflage trap door that can be locked. Blah, blah, blah. The door and room are made of the same material, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, no, this would work because essentially you're not digging. You're not staying on this plane. You're moving into an extra planar space that would not be part of Baphometia, for lack of a better term.
Baphomet.
so if we can get close, we can get close to this tower, we can set this up as a safe space, and then we can
Sure.
do some mission infiltration from there, basically sending Gatto off to try to kill himself.
Gatto's been bitten by a werewolf and has lycanthropy apparently, slowly transforming. Yeah.
So where, puppy?
Oh, puppy.
Is that Dale?
Yes.
Mm.
She wanted to be a lap dog.
Yeah, until she started to weigh 40 pounds.
She's 45. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all those dogs. You get a dog that gets close to 50 pounds. Suddenly they want to be in everybody's lap. But yeah, this would work. The Sylvan Hideaway would work.
Good girl.
Anybody have any other ideas? Does that sound like a good?
That sounds like a plan.
That sounds good.
I think we should get this wagon train rolling.
Yeah.
Most formatted plan we've had in 2 years. I think it's
Yes.
Which means it's destined to fail.
Yeah,
but still.
definitely.
I'm looking forward
Zero
to.
chance of success.
I'm looking forward to the ruining it at the first opportunity.
But yeah, so hide
We did have some
alliance.
chance to plot against you while you were gone. So that
Oh,
was-
good. I'm glad that was helpful. All right, so you guys are going to essentially greater teleport to Blackburgh.
So what kind of roll can I do to try to pick the best spot to go to? Knowledge planes, maybe?
Define best.
Somewhere where we can set up a safe spot close to the tower, but not be immediately confronted by 1,000 minotaurs.
The map that you have and the description that you have in the book doesn't provide a lot of that kind of information. You could probably find open places in the tower, and there's not a ton of them. I mean, there realistically are dozens of open places in these warrens of buildings and stuff like that. But if you're looking for like sort of a town square or something that's more than 10 or 20 meters across, or a large street, they're kind of hard to pick out because a lot of it is
that's not busy. That we can get to without having anybody see us and create this Sylvan Hideaway. I'm really more looking at getting as close as we can without being immediately confronted by all kinds of weird shit.
It does seem to. So Blackburgh as a city does seem to get a little bit more sparse from a building standpoint. There does seem to be more open spaces the further away you get from the obelisk. The area right around the obelisk is a tight warren of constantly shifting kind of streets and stuff like that. The further away you get, sort of in a concentric circle, is you have more open spaces, less shifting. So maybe it could be that the city's proximity to Baphomet causes the shifting. It could be that this is something he sheds.
But we can get close and basically look at it in the maze, or
your guess is that any place in the city of Blackburgh, you'll be able to easily see the tower.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Les. Is there a political division in this city, or does the book talk about that? Is there any any conflicting sects or sect?
I know. Yeah.
Flashheart's like,
Sect.
tell me more.
Well, no. So, I mean, the book doesn't go into that. There are no political parties. There's really no political system here, unless you want to count demonic autocracy as a political system. Essentially, Baphomet is in charge of everything, and he will dispense justice. He would dispense his orders and commands to the populace of this plane by virtue of either he'll just send messages, or there's a hierarchy of bosses and stuff like that. But no, in the sense that you're thinking of, everyone works for Baphomet, and Baphomet owns everything. It's a little North Korea-y that way.
What do they do here?
Well, I mean, they pursue, various jobs of a demonic nature. I'm sure that Baphomet has, certainly, I don't know. There's
Various
got to be
jobs of
somewhere.
demonic nature. All I can see is Mike Rowe trying to do one right now.
The gathering of souls, the tormenting of souls,
I'm Mike Rowe, and I'm here doing a demonic job.
Nice freeze, Les. Good job.
Somebody take a picture of that, please.
Oh, no.
I want to make this. I'm gonna make this my new phone
Shot.
screen.
Yeah.
That's a great freeze. That's awesome.
Oh.
Instead of
Capture that bad boy.
Oh.
Actually, he's not frozen. He's just staying like that, perfectly still.
Oh, he went blank. Oh, I got it though.
I'm not frozen. He just texted me. I'm not frozen. I'm not frozen.
Photo evidence suggests otherwise.
See if I can. I'm gonna share it with everybody so you can all have this for your stuff there. Where's it attached? There are no attached on Zoom. Share screen. I'll have to send it to you via email, I guess. Microsoft Teams has an attached feature where you just drop photos right in there.
What about Microsoft Teams?
Oh, I was just saying, I was going to send you the picture, each of you a picture of Les's face here for your personal vindictive usage, but there's not a Zoom feature to attach it that I'm seeing here. You know, this game right here that playing with you guys set all, at least for me, my opinion, set us all up for success when COVID hit, because I was so
we
far
were
ahead of
so
the
used to
game.
Zoom already. I know.
I was so far ahead of the game. I'm like done and done.
We're gonna have to learn this virtual meeting thing. I think it's called Room or Doom or Zoom or something.
People like had no
How do you do
etiquette trying to figure
virtual
out stuff.
background?
They're like, hey, can you guys see me?
Yeah. How's this? Is this better?
Exactly. Or they try to do those first images and they're all like greeny in the background and like green screeny. Yeah. We're ahead of the game for less. Oh wait, gallery view. What's next week? Is it B team next week? And then
Yep.
C.
Yep.
ABAC.
I left off a cliffhanger on the C team. I want to live through the adventure. Captain, I'm not sure you are. Like, every time I turn around, you've got like 3 more spores on you or whatever.
Yes, he did send an awful lot at us all at once there.
Yeah, we're fighting space zombies that have what is that? Not cordyceps. You know, that virus that takes over your body and basically shoots. It's a plant that takes over an insect's body.
Oh, the plant thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but these are cordy zombies, and when they die, they explode and then try to spray their podlings all over you.
I was going to say one thing I had to learn to do when business started using Zoom too was hide Cosray. I had to take her down every once in a while.
That would be odd questions.
I did have a couple of questions the first few times. What is that hanging there?
Now I have a background for every season. So like I'll have right now I have the fall season. So I'm doing this every day. I rotate through one of my fall seasons.
There you go.
Yep.
If this I had a train wreck background, you know, but I thought it was maybe too snarky for when being around. My boss's his room, he left out his room one day. This is what his actual office looks like. So I took this so I could pretend I'm in his office. And
I'm at his house.
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you guys didn't get the invite. Sorry. We have the old backgrounds here. This is Snape's laboratory here.
Nice.
I don't know what that is.
That's a sci-fi film somewhere.
Yeah, Star Wars or something. And this is my usual one here. I get there when it's well lit in here, it looks very realistic. Like I'm not as the edging on me like now is moving all over
Right.
the place, but it looks perfect. People are like, oh, where are you at in New York? That's the East River right now, right there.
I have to figure out how to get the one that makes me look like I'm at the bottom of Buffalo Bill's pit.
Buffalo Bill's pit. Oh, right. I got it now.
What's the lotion in the basket?
Put the lotion in the basket. When we had our house redone, right at the beginning of coronavirus, we were like 6 weeks into construction and the whole back of the house is torn off. And when we tore it off, the back rooms were slanting at about 15 degrees. So we had to mud jack up the foundation and tear out all those rooms and rebuild the floors. But we found right under this crumbling floor, there's a huge well, like a Buffalo Bill well, that had been partly filled in. Because I guess a lot of old houses had like wells that were right next to the
Right.
property.
Right.
I had no idea, but we found there was a ton of bones in there. So we called the police department. They came out and took them, and like, pretty sure they're deer bones, but we don't know how deer bones got in your well either. So,
You
but
dig deep in there, there's probably oodles of money and broken bottles and artifacts.
that'll have to be the
Crazy.
next thing. This is my contribution, Jennifer. I buried a plastic skeleton with just the skull face looking out just perfectly from the dirt.
That's
So
awesome.
some future generation's gonna have pee their pants a little bit, hopefully, when they go to remodel this house. Or
That's
scrape it.
awesome.
This house is the third house on the spot because the British burned the house twice, 1778,
Really?
1781. Yeah.
Holy cow, boy! I know
They-
some old men that'd love to get into that well. Ooh, boy!
They burned it on their way to Philadelphia, and then they took Philadelphia, and they burned it on their way back from, there was a fleet that was stuck here in the little harbor, and they torched the fleet and then burned all the houses on the shore here.
Wow, that's kind of cool story.
It's a weird little town. It's fun though. There's two of the signers of independent Declaration of Independence are here. Thomas Paine was here. Clara Barton, who started the Red Cross, is here.
Matt Meadow, his family.
Yeah,
they're
Matt
there.
Meadow. Colin Powell, who was the last graduate from the
Oh.
military academy here, was here. General Colin Powell was here.
Yep.
Oh, I know him.
And Napoleon
heard of him.
Bonaparte's brother, Joseph Bonaparte, when he was exiled, he came here and
Hello,
set up
Les.
shop.
Hi, Les.
Oh, Les. It's time for the FaceTime, Les. Right to the phone. Does he have a fax? Maybe he could fax in his questions. Let me fax you a question. Keep it
Send me a text. The fuck just happened?
We're denying you. It's like Red Rover. We're just keep pushing you out. Uh-oh, double less.
Oh,
Transporter
Les.
accident. There's two lesses now.
Are there two of me?
There's less, and then there's Locutus.
Yes.
Less cutest.
Let's
Cute
do
is-
this.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Can somebody make me the host again so I can share?
That was Gordon's the host now. Don't do it, Gordon's the trap.
Oh, I do that.
Like, look at me. I'm the captain now. You
Go to
go to-
participants, click on Les and say create a host.
What Don said.
Well, it does say that. Hold on a second. I am the host.
Says your host.
So why were you asking?
Well, that's a good. Well, now.
But is it you or is it the other instance of you
Yeah.
that we
Yeah, it's the
currently
other less
see?
hostile.
What the actual fuck? Hold on a second.
He's crossed over from another dimension. I'm gonna send you guys the resting less face that we got from the last screenshot there. There it is.
Les Cutis of Borg is currently the host. And
Right. I just sent it via our Gmail there. The A-team, my email he just sent. So that's for your
Yeah, the other one went away.
personal pleasure.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, now they got Dan.
Do we lose Dan?
I think Dan's just muted himself. Maybe.
He's just there. He just turned off the camera.
There's more casualties in this Zoom meeting than a kobold fight, I'll tell you. All right. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Hurry up and teleport us to the city so we can get somewhere tonight.
yeah,
I have no idea how long this will last, but yes.
4
All
hours
right.
later, we're still in the same room.
I know.
We'll just go by regular standard time and not count the daylight savings time. So we'll just play till 1 a.m. Let's freeze. You for real froze?
Did he freeze again? Les?
Yep.
Thought he was kidding there for a second.
That picture that you screenshot, it looks like what we would use for a memorial service for Les. Like the epitome of Les happy.
In memoriam.
Yeah.
All right. So before you guys go, you can't.
Oh, Les.
He's back.
He's back.
All right. I don't know if this is going to work tonight, but let me get you where we're going. That's a picture of Blackburgh. Can you see that?
With the tower in the background.
We see it.
Yeah, sort of this tower in the background. This entire area exists as a part of the maze of the labyrinth. So all of this areas that you can see sort of in this area over here. Can you see my cursor?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are sort of like the other walls of the labyrinth. You can also see there's nothing sort of flying over it. The labyrinth rules disallow that. You can't fly over the walls. But this exists sort of like in a big open area inside the labyrinth, like a room almost. But this room is the size of a city. And you can sort of see it more clearly there now that the picture has come in. There's a lot of this kind of stuff. You can see cranes and all kinds of stuff going on, walls and demons everywhere as you sort of
So
materialize.
the Catholic Church is the tower.
Could
Yes.
be. You never know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Seems fitting.
I do the best I can with the pictures I have access to. That's all I can do.
I think maybe you should turn off your camera to save bandwidth. We know what your face looks like.
That's a good point. That is an excellent point. Hold on a second. I will do exactly that.
There we go.
All right. All right. So you guys materialize and you find yourself in Blackburgh, and it is a very different city than you're used to. The streets and buildings are made of dark stone that's obviously, cobbled here. There's sounds in there's no lights or anything. There's none of the lit areas or any sunshine or anything. I mean, you didn't really have sunshine in Alushinyrra, but there was this sort of gray light that sort of was there all the time. That doesn't exist here. It's nighttime all the time. Although you can also see sort of in the background, backlit with red, is that giant tower. It seems both near to you and far away as well. I mean, the nature of this place and the nature of the tower as you look at it, this otherworldly tower, that it seems like it shifts, the facets of it shift and that kind of stuff. But it gives you there's this malevolent presence about it that seems to it feels like that it is watching you, that something in the tower is watching you. You land here and you hear screeches in the distance, the sound of demonic laughter, footfalls and claw marks and all this kind of stuff all around you. And you get the impression that these buildings that sort of edge, all these broken streets and that kind of stuff all contain myriad demons. It's a tangle of buildings, streets, plazas, alleys. But in the wider avenues and plazas, you can see Baphomet's tower, which serves almost as a constant reminder that Baphomet is here. This is a very different place than Alushinyrra. You don't see any demons right off the bat, but you realize you don't see any signs on anything. Down some of the streets, you can see, oops, I'll get rid of them, get the other one. Down the streets, you can see in the distance people moving. Well, not people, but what you guess are demons. You don't see or have any indication that there are any other primes here. The demonic presence here is overwhelming.
All right. I think the first thing we order of business is get off the street. Maybe we have Gatto scout out one of these buildings and figure if something suitably evil inside that we don't have no guilt in killing and taking over the space. And then we make it a roach motel where anything checks in, it doesn't check out. We just stay in there in our little Sylvan hideaway and bumping things off that might pop into our building. Until we can.
Strategy.
Off to the west, as you guys start to split apart, you're here like, let's check out, let's find some place where we can take some shelter. You hear off to the west. Oh, gentlemen, this is an interesting little tidbit. Perhaps Baphomet, Lord Baphomet, has extended his invitation to the prime material plane. For look what we have here, gentlemen. Look what we have here, a bunch of primes well away from their cozy little homes. What's it to be, primes? Why are you here? And as you look over, as you can see in the label, it is the biggest Galabra zoo that you've ever seen.
Fletcher, your mom's here to pick you up.
He's coming through he's sort of like moving through the street, kind of like, and he stops over here at sort of the edge of the street. He's like, ha, 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 ha. Look here, it's primes. And he looks around to the side. Look, boys. Look, Jet. And he's speaking all in abyssal. So those of you who don't speak abyssal, Gatto, you're just like, I don't know, it sounds like
I don't know what he's in.
He's welcoming the committee.
Do you have his house keys on him? Because I think he's our target.
So he looks around and he's like, well, a bunch of primes, boys. Have you ever seen such a thing in Blackburgh? And around the sides of him come these three creatures that sort of step in front of him.
The hell are those?
And they are very strange looking creatures. You Galabra zoos you've seen before. Nothing of this size.
Could you zoom
But
that up?
I can.
Ugh.
So they are sort of a combination of spider and scorpion and crab, and you can see sort of here the faces inside the claws, or these black-eyed faces that exist in there.
Ugh.
They're
Well,
pretty gross.
thinking don't get stung by one of those things, huh?
They come scuttling across.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No!
Just the tension of the building. Les, go to the light, Les. Wait, no, stay out of the light.
Don't go to the light. Don't go to the light.
Stand there for a second.
So our first plan is to make a deal with these guys, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Lothar blessed it.
Isn't that what you said, Lothar?
And their little claws sort of like, what happened?
You got lost for a minute.
We
there,
lost you
so-
for a bit.
Am I back? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Here you
All right.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Now you
The,
gotta go back.
You guys can hear me?
Yes.
go.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh
So-
my God, this is going to be an all-night problem. I have a feeling. Anyway, these creatures come kind of like clawing up, and behind them, and you can see easily towering over them. These guys are big. They're probably 9, 11 feet tall when they're standing on their hind legs, but they're hunched over. They're kind of like, very sort of scorpion-like with these stingers kind of, hanging out behind them and sort of twitching a little bit as they approach. The Galabra zoo that you see, it's easily the most enormous Galabra zoo that you ever seen. Much bigger than the one that Fletcher killed in Hepzimira's
I hope she recognizes
Lair.
the claw as one of her children. It's like, that's Junior. All right.
What? Well, yeah. So, and then so the Glabber's like, well, Primes, state your business here on my plane. For it is my plane. I speak for Baphomet here. What can you do? What are you doing here?
Hey, Les, can you put the 10 feet aura back on Storm that everyone can see?
Hold on a second. Yeah, let me see what I can do here.
I think you had it as red last time. It showed up better.
Okay. All right, Gatto, try that.
Yep.
10-foot radius on that.
Yep.
Where did it go? It was on him before.
Yep.
That's
Back.
You can see it?
Yep.
Okay. Gatto, can you move?
Yes.
Okay. All right. He's like, what are you doing on my plane? What business have a bunch of primes of all different sorts? What business have you here with my Lord Baphomet? These things continue to sort of scuttle forward, although they're kind of like spreading out a little bit as they move towards you. This guy seems to have maybe moved a step forward or so, but he's just sitting there. Well, speak. Let's hear it. Let's hear what you have to say for yourself. Primes, prime material plane visitors. What are you doing here?
Drow, do you want to take this one, or you want Flashard to make an attempt, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Farina talking to this guy.
Don? No, Don can't.
I was gonna say Illendar will, but he's just
I don't know what he's saying, guys. What are we doing?
Yeah, Fletcher says the
Oh
same
yeah, I
thing.
forgot. Yeah,
Illendar
Yeah,
will say he's asking us why we're here.
like
I'll tell Illendar in common. Tell him we're here to kill demons and chew bubblegum, and Fletcher's all out of bubblegum.
Fletcher's looking for a matching set of Glabrazoo arms.
Yeah, I like that one better. Illendar will say.
Yeah.
Like, over here is looking for
One of our experiments is
is
still in process, and we need another Glabrazoo arm. You have any volunteer donors? That we can,
The Glabrazoo says, what is bubblegum? I don't know what that is.
Oh, it is the most infernal substance. You love
It is the most infernal substance.
All right,
chewing
maybe,
bubblegum and kicking ass, you say?
Come closer. Maybe we can discuss it a little bit.
I'd like to cast a spell when I have a chance.
All right, hold on just a second.
So we moved to initiative.
Are you gonna Leroy Jenkins in this, or do I get back up here? Is Fletcher still in the back? Come on, Fletcher. All my machismo is out the window if you're not right next to me. Thank you.
All right, so you guys are maneuvering around kind of thing. These guys kind of move out in front, and he's like, tell me what you guys are here for. You guys were here to kill, we're here to chew bubblegum, kick ass, and get another Glabrazoo arm for our friend Fletcher. Fletcher waves his one Glabrazoo arm around, and this guy probably is like, the fuck is that?
Don't you
Lothar, you wanted to cast a spell?
I want
Yes.
to cast a spell too.
All right, make it quick.
So
Magic,
does Farina. Yeah, Farina's got one online too.
Casting haste.
magic circle against evil.
Okay.
Ally
big is that,
across
Lothar?
time.
And I cast haste, so everybody's got haste for 13 rounds.
Nice.
Woot woot.
All right. He's going to cast a spell too then, as long as we're all casting spells.
Mhm.
He's going to hit Lothar. Wait, let me see. Let me make sure this is Lothar. Who said the kick ass and chew bubblegum?
Illendar.
Illendar.
Illendar. He's gonna
He's
gonna
gotta
do
seen drows around. There gotta be drows hanging around here.
Yeah.
Or no primers.
No. He lets loose a chaos hammer on Illendar. So let's go ahead and do these spells, and then let's roll for initiative. All right. First spell that was cast was Circle Protect Evil.
And magic
okay.
circle against evil.
And how that's a 10-foot circle?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to?
I've got it set
Okay.
up on me. I don't know.
Yellow.
if anybody else can see it or not.
Oh, I can see
Yeah,
it.
I
Can,
can see it, yeah.
Yeah, it's the pale
can you
yellow.
guys see it?
What's
Okay.
the bigger one? What's the bigger
The
one?
bigger one is my heel radius. I
That's the
keep that
heel.
up so I can see
Smaller
it.
And
one,
then-
but
And then what's the red one for
For storm lends her abilities to.
basically distracting and protects people around her. So everybody gets a +2 to saves and
Right,
8
okay.
when you're within that red circle.
Okay.
And I remember if you're next to me, you have +4 to fear, I think, but which I realize it might be useful in a severe plane.
I'm not
Plus
close
two
to you,
saves in a
but
red circle.
I'm
All right, Farina, what did you cast?
in the sixth.
Ally against time. Ally
Yeah.
across time, which is something I've been wanting to mess with for a while. So
What is that? That sounds cool.
it's kind of cool. I can create like 5-foot cubes of temporal possibility, and I can create up to 6 of them. And then I have
Okay.
the option to summon up to 3 duplicates of myself, which only have enough hit points. They only have 13 hit points each. However, what they do start to do is they have all my teamwork feats. So they give me my great flanking abilities and everything that comes with it, the enhancements that come with that on my attacks.
What? Oh, what now?
I know I've
Okay.
had this for a while, but I haven't messed around with it because it takes time, and I kept
She's a-
meaning to talk to somebody about it, but we're just gonna do it.
She's a team of one.
I'm a
she's
team of one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team
I
of
guess we can,
one.
we'll sit this out while she takes care of it.
So I think I need to pick. This is the only thing, and I don't know if anyone else is looking at the spell, but it looks like I have to maybe predetermine where I want the cubes of temporal possibility,
Okay.
and then I can summon up to 3 times before the spell ends, which is 12 rounds. But I have to summon to somebody in one of those cubes that I don't know if it's predetermined or not, or if I can move them around.
I think once you set them, they
Yeah.
stay where they are. But according to this, the range is 25 feet plus 5 feet for 2 levels. So if you can cast 6 of these cubes, and you are level 13 or 14?
13.
13.
So
So another
55 feet, right?
So within 55 feet of you, you can plant these cubes wherever you want. So I made a yellow cube. You tell me where you want it, and I'll put it there.
So let's put one here.
Okay.
Oops, no, you can't see that.
I can't.
Put one here,
Okay. Like right
right there. on
there.
The eve of that house. Yeah.
Okay.
These guys are going to move up, I'm assuming. So is this all the same level throughout all this? I see the black rock in the middle and then the beige rock around the outside. Is this?
Yeah, it's all the same level. Now there is some stuff like you can see there's a couple of pillars like broken down here, and there's like over here, there's a ladder up onto the roof. Most of these buildings are single story. There's some rubble and crap around you that you can sort of see, but beyond that, it's all fairly low.
Okay, let's go back real quick so I can knock this out and everybody else can play. One here,
Okay.
one here, one here,
Where now? Say that again.
down here,
Okay.
and then another one over here.
And where do you want the last one?
Just move this guy that you have in the middle here, just move him up right here. And then my next question is, would you interpret that to mean that I'm threatening with my bow? Or I would need to be holding, my duplicates would need to be holding something that could stand close. It's a little ambiguous too. Like,
Do you have the ability to flank with a ranged weapon? Because I know by default, only rogues get that.
I
don't know if-
cannot,
don't know
I
if
cannot,
the adventure
no.
Class gives you that or not.
That's
No,
one
it-
of the things that your companion traits do, though, Jennifer. That's
I know, but I haven't got to that yet. I don't believe that I can,
yeah.
it's coming,
If
but
they
I don't
have
have it.
if they have the same companion feats that you do, that's what you can get with auto. You can flank with auto.
Even with ranged?
Yeah,
Well, that's
That's
what I don't know
awesome.
about the range. I
We
thought
lost
that
Don
was,
again, or we
Pretty
lost
sure
Les
that's-
again.
Lost
that's
less.
one of the.
But that was a long time. You stayed on better that time with
no, I can flank with Otto for sure. He's got all my teamwork feats, but sometimes getting him where I want him is tougher. So I wanted to try this.
Yeah, that's one of the
And
teamwork
these-
things is
But
Say, I'm just saying,
he's talking more about range attack, if whether I can
yeah,
threaten with a bow when I'm
Well,
right next to
these are
somebody.
these are duplicates of you, correct?
They are spaces where I can put up
Duplicates
to 3
of you.
duplicates of me.
yeah.
So
And
do you have a melee weapon?
I do, and I think that's what I was saying. I think that my double has to carry the
I don't think
scimitar.
I think you can do ranged attacks with teamwork feats, Jennifer. That's one of the things you've been working on with her. I'm pretty
I
sure.
just don't think I'm there yet, though, Gordon. I think that's just something I haven't got all the way to it yet. It's coming, but I don't think I
Right.
have it yet.
I
I'll read
guess-
while I'm doing it.
I guess what I'm thinking is in order to be someone who gives someone else the ability to flank, you have to be able to threaten them.
Well,
And
just
if-
by standing there, you threaten
Can you
them
go
with the
outside?
spell.
Okay, so then the spell changes that. So then
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm
fact that
saying.
they're there and distracting whatever it is that they're standing behind
Right.
would,
they give-
would allow you to get flanking
Yes.
on them. So you get your
This
plus two.
duplicate threatens
sounds
all
incredible.
squares adjacent to it.
Right.
Has
Do you
any
have the
taper.
inflating fire, Jennifer? I thought you had that one.
That's
That's what you do.
another character, I believe.
you'd either have to have the feet ranged flank, or you'd have to have an.
Oh no, I do have. I have inflating fire.
So when ally flanks opponent, you gain a +2 on ranged attack rolls against opponent.
That's why I'm doing this. I've got that. I've got coordinated shot for threatened, coordinated shot for flanked, outflank. It all adds up too. I keep asking Mike, and we can't find anything that says it doesn't stack.
Yeah.
So this just gives me the ability.
Hey, guys. You haven't noticed, but Les has dropped again. He wants to take a vote as to whether or not we just stop here and regroup for later or try to carry on.
Let's just plan without him.
I know he's frustrated. So I'm okay for a little while longer, but I'm sure he's furiously frustrated.
He just moved me, so he's back to some extent. He just moved one of the blocks.
Yeah, and he moved it where you wanted it. So
Yeah, let's try a few more minutes and see if we get lucky. Now we're finally.
Okay.
playing.
That
So
sucks
he's-
though, because we're working from home. I mean, you need your internet, so that
He's
was
the
sucky.
last
Drop it.
detail.
Yeah, no
Lost
kidding.
power, and we got what, an hour's worth of gaming in before.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that before your power went out.
Yeah, was it the Traveler game where he had to run to the basement and get his family because
Yes,
Yeah.
the tornado was coming across?
it was about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Mike was playing also with D team.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
My
DT.
house lost
Yeah.
power for like 4
Yeah,
hours.
he
3
dropped
hours.
Yeah.
it, totally.
You're saying now we need to move to E team. I was trying to convince Les we need to call it the Duke campaign.
We've got lots of letters left, so I think we're good to go.
Yeah, well.
F team just needs to be called F troop.
Am I still only allowed on 2?
Oh, there it is. Gordon, you're right. It's a snapshot. It's when I finally got to add threaten 5-foot range with range weapon.
I'll say, Don, I'll let you join mine, but I want to see you play both Traveler and mine at the same time. That's good.
Challenge accepted.
Accepted.
Yeah, he's double boxing. Just have 2 screens open and just mute. I want to know who's going to be the first person to come up with an app to make your character face overlay on your face. We can't be more. We literally seriously
Oh,
cannot be
nice.
more than 2 years from that, where I could just drop a face over my face and just like, this is my character
Well, we
face.
do movies all the time right now, but it's expensive equipment and
Right. Well, I mean, you can do it in Snapchat, right? You can do it. You can throw like a dog face, the big tongue that walls out.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I want to customize D&D character face. So I look like Flashlight now.
Did you guys see the metaverse thing? Zuckerberg's metaverse 1 hour
Yep.
video?
Yeah, I tried to watch a little bit, but he's an android. I'm sorry, Gordon.
He looks like an android. He does.
No slight to Bardos, but I'm not. I mean, he must be on the spectrum somewhere. Just the way he speaks is not quite.
It's creepy. I found that whole video creepy. Creepy.
He's like fellow humans.
What did you
I
think,
am
Don?
here.
It was weird. It was.
It was weird.
It's not ready for prime time yet.
I remember his Senate thing. He's like going, Senator, thank you for the question. I'm like, is there any soul in there? Hey, Les, you're back.
I'm back,
Sorry, buddy.
but I don't know how long it's going to be. So I'll give you guys the option.
You were there
wanna-
a lot longer without your camera on, but go ahead.
Is my camera on now? Oh, I'll turn it off again. So it didn't seem to have any effect on it. And honestly, I can't guarantee you that kind of thing is not going to happen for the rest of the evening.
right.
Do you guys want to I'll leave it to you. If you want to stop here and we'll just try and regroup when I have internet from this century.
Let's play until the next time you drop.
Yeah, we'll give it
think
one
we're
more
all-
shot.
We've all been fine. I know you got to be furiously frustrated.
Not happy, and everybody's screaming. So you've seen people come in my office a couple of times. You know, Jonas, Marla's aggravated, because of the internet. So this was started happening yesterday. We've been having brownouts and weird kind of drop offs, and it's Spectrum. I've restarted the thing. I've done the diagnostics. It's not us. It's the feed itself. So I don't know what the hell the problem is, but I don't like it.
You get your boss to drop you a MiFi or whatever that thing is, the personal Wi-Fi hotspot or whatever.
Oh, I have cellular. It sucks ass. So I mean, I don't know. I also have work stuff I have to do tonight as well. After I was going to do after game, but
Yeah, that's not going to be possible.
yeah, I don't know that that's going to work either. So, all right. So
Your call.
so you can cast those spells. Let's go until, and if it happens again, then we'll bag it up and we'll regroup in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about
Deal.
all this.
Go.
All right. So Farina, you've cast these areas. Are the squares where you want them?
Yes.
Now, to summon a duplicate, the way I'm reading this spell is you have to, as a free action, you can summon a duplicate of yourself that appears from an alternate timeline and materializes in one of these cubes. But they don't all materialize at once. It's one at a time. And as a free action, and you get 3. Okay, perfect. All right, sounds good. And then the Glabrazu launches a Chaos Hammer at Ilindar. So Ilindar, do you have spell resistance?
I do.
You do. I thought you did. That's why I was asking. Let's go ahead.
24.
24. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's check and see what his. Okay. So his caster level is that 24, you say?
Yep.
All right. Let's go ahead and see if we can bust that out caster level wise.
By the way, Les, when you have a moment, I don't know what happened to Flashlight. He just vaporized off the screen.
What?
He went with Spectrum. He eloped.
Flash Heart's not on the screen.
With the Spectrum.
The Spectrum agent. All right. I don't know what happened to him, but
Would you like to add a landline?
There you go.
there
He's
you go.
back in now.
Ah! Run away. I think it was right here.
All right. Spell resistance. Gotcha, bud.
Right.
All right. Chaos Hammer. So this is what that does. Unleash chaotic power to smite your enemies. It's a multicolored explosion of leaping, ricocheting energy. Lawful and neutral, not chaotic creatures are harmed by the spell. What is your alignment?
Chaotic good.
Oh, screw you. So the spell only deals half damage against creatures who are neither lawful nor chaotic, and they are not slowed. Such a creature can reduce the damage by half again with a successful will save. The will save DC here is 19. I have sussed your chaotic nature, Drow.
But with me being chaotic, I'm not affected at all, right?
No, you have half. The part of the spell, that was the part I read.
Oh,
The spell only deals half damage to creatures who are neither lawful nor chaotic. Oh, wait, you're chaotic.
Right.
The spell
So-
deals 1d8 points of damage to 2 caster levels.
So it affects lawful full.
Or lawful or neutral.
It affects neutral half. And then
Half, chaotic none.
So I flip him the bird.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well, that bird flip is basically you've got his full attention now. So that's gonna be fun. All right, let's go ahead and roll for a niche. Or did anybody else want to do anything? Any other spells?
Yeah,
Bardos?
Yeah,
You're
Bardos wants to
suspiciously
cast a
quiet.
spell.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to try to hit the Glabrazu with a resonating word.
Resonating word. All right, it does have spell resistance. His resonating word
Yeah,
needs
it
to do
does.
that.
It
All right,
makes
so
him-
his SR is also 24.
Not sure how that works. What do I got to do to make
You
that?
basically D20 plus your caster level.
Unless you've got spell penetration, then that adds 2 or greater spell penetration, that's 4.
Right.
D20 plus caster lever, so D20 plus 13. I'm going to throw in a nanite surge, which I haven't done in a while.
Which sounds really dirty, even though it isn't.
Does sound.
It adds
pretty-
1d6.
No, it adds a 16.
What
so-
happened to you last night at the party? Oh man, I met this girl. I had a nanite surge. I ended up going for her.
Had to change
It was
my
over.
pants.
I ended up having to go home early.
Sounds like a good night.
38. Wait, no. Really?
Oh.
How do you do a plus 29?
Yeah.
I
That's
use
a
an
lot.
nanite surge.
It
It's
was an
plus
nanite
16.
surge, guys.
So what happens when we have to talk more about nanite surges, I think, for a little bit and say nanite surge a lot more.
I need to
So
skip caffeine and start doing nanite surges in the morning. I'll feel a lot
yeah.
better.
Wait, you're seeing pretty perky today. What happened? Oh, I had a nanite surge with a bagel this morning, and
And my pants fit better.
Yeah.
nanite surge. The android's body is fused with nanites. Once as an immediate action causes nanite surge, causing a bonus of 3 plus the android's level to any 120C. So in this case, it would be an additional 16 plus
Wanna do it?
13 is 29. That's right. He's exactly right. I should know better than the question, Gordon, on matters of law. All right. So you do it and it hits.
Okay, resonating word. So it's a fortitude save for partial.
Okay.
Hey, Les, what was the will save on that chaos hammer?
19.
Okay,
Why?
because I thought I was chaotic good. I'm neutral good.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
All those. See, it would be just like a drow to lie to me about his alignment.
My
It's like
bonus.
when Flash
next
Hearts
to
forgets
him,
how to do things.
It
Oh.
starts at 20, so I can't fail this one.
You have a plus 20 will save?
No, I've got a plus 16, but I'm standing next to Storm, which kicks it up 2 to a 20. And then also, I'm sure the protection from evil thing that
+2.
both are adds 2 more. So I started like plus 22.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You were over there.
I'm just kidding around. All right, yeah. So plus 22. Yeah, theoretically, you cannot miss this. So you will take
Unless
half
you roll a
damage.
1.
Well, no, you can't. You can't fumble a saving throw. Saving throw, skill checks, ones and 20s don't matter. I mean, we sort of, if you roll a natural 20, a lot of times we'll grant it. But in this case, yeah, no, he's Mike's exactly right. So he will make it. You will take half damage. We'll do that in a second. Let's finish the resonating word. What, Gordon? What? I have to make a will save.
Yes.
Will
No,
save.
wait. Fortitude save. Sorry.
Fort save. All right, that can I actually prefer those for
DC
Glad
24.
Oh my God! All right, so miss that. How much damage does that do?
3/4.
16, and the target is staggered for 1 round.
Staggered for 1 round. What does that mean? It's just like
No, staggered is like drops everything, and you're pretty much useless for a round.
Well,
Single
he
move
doesn't-
action or standard action each round, but not both.
okay.
That's done. That drops that you drop things.
It's stunned. Yeah. Let's check out staggered real quick. Here we go. Staggered condition. May take a single move or standard each round, but not both. Staggered can still take free, swift, immediate. Creature with non-lethal damage. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so yeah, staggered. So you basically slow him down. He's like, "What the hell was Primes? Prime hit me with a word. What the hell is that going on now?" He's aggravated. All right, so let's do the damage.
Surge.
What are you staggering me? That's crazy. Let's go ahead and do that chaos hammer damage real quick.
So 5d8 divided by 4.
Yep. Wait, no. Oh, wait, yeah, no, divided by 4. You're right. So a quarter damage in this case. Let me go ahead and do that. You're right, because you are neither lawful nor chaotic.
Half and then half, yeah.
Yeah, so a quarter. Hold on just a second.
Dildar still flipped on the bird.
Well, he's still gonna try and rip your head off. So 19, which would be divided by 4, is 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right. Let's roll for Nish.
I need to talk to my D20 consigli area. How do I do initiative on this damn thing again? I was looking at the,
Highlight your character.
what's that?
Hit the initiative thing. Macro.
Yes, I'm looking. So I got die roller, attack actions, whisper, perception, action, and skills. Where's the initiative one?
Highlight your character and see if initiative pops up in the upper left.
There it is. I see. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Biggest deck blaster we've ever
Did Otto get
It's-
hasted?
It's designed that way so that you have to highlight your character before you roll initiative.
Got it.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
Auto's hasten, everybody's hasten.
Everybody, I could do
Thank you.
13 people / creatures, and I think that covers the entire party.
Thank you. So nice we don't have to count anymore.
You know what's weird is haste doesn't even really work on this plane.
That is weird.
Isn't that weird? Just happened. It's just a weird thing that Baphomet just put into. It was like the other day he did it.
Haste, protection from evil, all the other stuff doesn't work.
All right. So, how long does haste last?
13 rounds.
15 rounds.
13. 13 rounds.
13. Okay. All right. So we
Only.
countdowns on spells. Does anybody have anything that lasts rounds going? Does the magic circle? Magic circle lasts.
Ally across time does. It's 12 rounds, 13 rounds.
If your haste lasts more than 15 rounds, consult a
Be a
physician.
doctor.
Consult a necromancer.
The magic circle against evil lasts 10 minutes per level.
Okay, yeah, so we won't even deal with that. All right, here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and put that at the top. We're gonna hit round 1. And we will do those at the bottom. So first round, starting off. All right, Farina, you are first. What are you gonna do?
So what I'd like to do is split Otto off for me this time and keep him at this turn order, and then I'm gonna go to the bottom. And I'm gonna tell the guys to try and draw them in within the 55-foot circle in front of us. And does that make sense?
Yeah, so you're gonna leave Otto here at 25, and then you are going to actually go to
I'm gonna go to the bottom so that there's targets, because right now,
after Fletcher.
yeah, nobody's flanking. They'll just be standing in front of them. Yep. And then I'm gonna put Otto all the way over here because he's hasted, so he should be able to get there. And I want to try and stealth him.
Well, you can't stealth because you're under
Oh, when you're hasted.
you're under direct observation.
Oh, okay, that's fine. He's just gonna take off for the shadows.
Okay, where did he go? I lost him.
Find him down here.
Oh, there he is. Okay, so he's like running. So I'm assuming that he ran
He ran
not through there. He ran down through here.
Yeah.
You said these are low roofs, and he
ran
jumped over
Yeah.
them.
right through here and up here.
Okay.
You remind me what the big circle around him is, though? I have no idea what that
His
is.
scent ability.
Oh, cool. So he's smelling some stinky things.
Well, this whole place is freaking him out. I mean, this is a very, and I just want to reiterate something I talked about earlier. This is a very different demonic city than Alushinyrra. This is what you would imagine a demonic city would be. It's just this dark, horrifying hovel of a city where, you know, these demons are just sort of like wandering around, and there's none of the sort of idea of a functional city on the sense that Alushinyrra had an economy and had services and amenities, and you could go places, and there were cabbies. This is not Alushinyrra. There's no cabbies here. This is basically, at least from your first point of view, it's a warehouse for demons that work for Baphomet.
Okay, I can't erase that line. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do it.
I could do that.
And then the last question is, along the way, I want him just to keep an eye out for anything lurking in the corners of the direction that he ran.
Okay.
And do you need a perception for that? For him?
I do. Uh, 20. So he's looking for creatures that are lurking around the corners.
Yeah, anything that he would have passed on that path that you just erased.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, he smells creatures. There's I mean, he can smell,
Yeah.
and he knows the smell of demons, and he can smell them in these houses, these structures, and he can smell the sort of, frankly, the ambience of demon all over the place.
Okay, but nothing obvious. Okay.
But nothing. Yeah, he doesn't see anything, or there's nothing moving other than these 4 creatures that are in the street right now, sort of attacking you guys.
Okay, that's it. I'm done.
All right,
Till the end
for
of the
now. So
order.
Otto does that. Bardos, what do you do?
Okay, so he has to save again for the resident word.
Because it lasts more times.
It lasts 3 rounds. Yes.
Last 3 rounds. So he has to save again. There we go. 33 saves.
Okay, a successful save halves the damage and negates the stunning effect. So 5d6.
So half
So
19 would
half
be
of that?
9
9.
minus
Yep.
9. You hear him yell out, "Rah!" He just like screams into the sky and in rage. And frankly, I mean, you're like buffeted by this noise. It's an insane amount of noise and this creature is enormous. I mean, he's probably close to 20 feet tall. And he's like, "Ah, them boys," that kind of thing.
Okay, and it looks like that negates it, I think.
Once one save, eventually it stops it from hurting him.
So the target must save once each round on your turn. The effect grows stronger for each saving throw the creature fails. So yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, so that's it for that.
Okay.
Okay. So I can do 2 things here. I can enlarge everybody, or I can do something else. Fletcher, you want to get bigger? Would that be a good
Fletcher
thing?
would like to be bigger. These are big creatures.
Okay. Anybody else? Flashheart?
I'll always take getting the swole, but if you need to save it for later, I'm fine too.
No, I can do that. Storm, you want to be bigger?
How much
I want to
bigger
be a
could
real boy.
Mike's muted. You're muted, Mike. Wait for it.
I can do up to 13, so I can do everybody. If whoever wants to be bigger, they're bigger now.
Oh,
Wow.
Ow.
And
Out
I
of
know
nowhere.
Lothar doesn't want to be, but anybody else can be.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
you can
I'm
make
good.
Otto bigger. We'll play with that. I'm not sure.
Well, Otto's too far away, I think.
55 feet.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
I
way
think
too far away.
Yep. Yeah, so in this group, I can do anybody bigger.
I guess like the big Power Rangers. Let's do it.
What were you gonna ask me, or what were you asking?
I can make Storm bigger. I'm going to do enlarge mass. So if he wants to be 1 degree bigger, he can be.
Would say typically no, because I like to go for armor class, and that makes her armor class worse.
Yeah.
This
yeah,
is
I
the
don't
only
know.
time where you hear
He's already got
enlarged
reach. So
The only time you hear the words enlarged mast, and that's a good thing.
so probably Fletcher and Farina.
what would that do for Farina?
It does nothing for Farina.
Yeah, I would
Flet-
take my
Fletcher and
dexterity.
Fleshheart, I mean. Fletcher
Yes,
and
sir.
Fleshheart.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Cool. So who's getting this now? Can you guys still hear me?
Fletcher and
I hear you.
Fletcher
Yeah.
Fletcher and Fleshheart.
are getting
Flet-
swole.
Okay, so you guys get bigger. Okay, cool. That it for you, Bartos? Do you want to move, like run down the street, maybe duck into one of these demon-filled houses?
I think I'm going to move into Storm's area of protection.
Okay.
Over here.
It's a
I'm gonna
+2 against saves for what, Mike?
I'm gonna send Baru down south and
for
see
18
if anything's coming from the south.
Give me a quick perception.
You want a stealth check too, or does that matter?
Storm. Well, yeah. Go ahead. Well, yeah. I mean, Storm's not under direct Baru's not under direct observation, so that should work. Baru's very small, but being a rat in a demon city, that's probably. Well, they don't eat, but that's the stealth.
That's perception.
Okay. Baru does not see any other creatures coming up from the thing, but he does sense that there are other creatures around here.
Okay, well that's stealth. So I
That's
guess
stealth, so
that's a good
19.
thing.
Okay. Yeah, Baru senses a lot of demons around here, but he doesn't see any coming up from the south.
Okay.
All right. Gato.
Gato moves to this location
Uh-huh.
and using his ring, becomes invisible and uses stealth. Now, stealth
Okay.
invisibility won't work against the demons, but stealth does. So minus 20 for that. He's got a 38 stealth against the demons.
Okay.
So that's it. He got to there and then he had to put the ring on and use it and everything. So that's as far as he can get. But
Can you see the thing?
yeah,
All right, gotcha. I understand what you're saying, and you got out of eye shot
Right.
so that you could stealth. Okay, makes sense. Okay, cool. And so that's probably going to be it for you, right? Or
That's it for my round. Yep.
I was going to say, all right, it's the Cathagnians' turn, these scorpion creatures, and they just blast in. They move quickly. Shit.
Ghost Farina trip them as they go by.
No, they don't have to because they can greater teleport at will. So one just pops into here, boink. One just pops in here, boink. And another one pops in over here, boink. And he's looking to get at Lothar. But first, these two are going to attack Fletcher and Flashheart. And they are going to do physical attacks against them. So they have
with teleport, that is an action still, so they can't attack this round.
they can make a single attack. And
Did
it's
they
at will.
teleport or do they teleport or move?
They teleported, but it's at will. It's an at will special ability, spell-like
Okay.
ability.
Usually it's still a standard action unless
It's still a standard action
some
usually.
of them will specify that, okay, they can do this as a move action.
All right, fine. They just ran across there then.
It's like they cast the spell, but they can do it without losing a memorized spell.
All right. Well, in this case, then they're not going to cast the spell. They're just running
They
across
just
there.
move and attack. Okay.
And they're not going to get close enough to draw attacks of opportunity. They're actually going to close the distance so that they can use their own reach, which is 10 feet, which I assume you guys now have. And the
Yes.
same thing. So that they get too close, that would be that. So
What's their range? How fast do they move, Les? That's a pretty.
their
good-
speed,
Yeah.
their speed is 50 feet. So they would absolutely be able to get there.
But this guy wouldn't back here.
So let's
He had-
No, he's
This guy teleported.
yeah, he's teleporting. These guys ran up.
Okay.
just remind,
So-
I always ask this question, but haste does not give you AC bonus, right?
It
No.
does, it gives you one.
Well, it shouldn't. I don't think so, but that's not going to
Haste
happen.
gives you +1 to attack, +1 AC, +1 reflex, and a +30 move or double your speed, depending on which is greater.
All right, at each of you, two of those weird or one in this case, one of those weird scorpion stingers comes wicking at you, just like trying to sting. Is dripping venom, and it's trying to sting each of you. All right, so first will be Flashheart. Ooh, natural twinzo. Let's see if that's a critical hit.
Hey.
It's
Wait,
a
didn't Les freeze up? Les just
I
froze
think
up,
Les
didn't he?
froze.
Oh, no, he did not.
Well,
Bunch of-
Gosh, you didn't see him.
bunch of
Yeah,
cheaters.
Can't hear you, Les. What? Can't hear you.
Bunch of cheaters. All right, TPK time. All right, so 22 doesn't hit you though, Flashheart. So that is an unconfirmed crit, correct?
that's correct.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll that damage. Hold on a second. So first off, it does 1d6 plus 6. So not a ton of damage, but it's the poison that gets you. 11 points of damage. Pretty good. And then I need you to make a fortitude save.
And fort save was not something haste added to, right?
Correct.
No,
Right.
no, fortitude save. And the DC is 20.
Ow. Okay. Okay. Roll fort save. And let's see. Click on my guy. Saving throws. Fort save. Submit. Be +1 to that.
27. All right. So
Oh, sorry. 26.
26. All right. So you made your save. So no poison effect, which is good because the poison stinks. All right. So this one at Fletcher. 20 is not going to hit you. I have a feeling.
Nope.
You sort of bat the stinger away with your two-handed sword. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was simulating movement.
Oh, okay. All right. And that is those guys. This guy is actually going he teleported over to here, and he is going to back up a little bit. Looks like he's doing some sort of spell. That's it for those guys. Lothar, what are you up to? Now, this guy, so Lothar, before you do anything, this guy obviously is either looking at you or looking at Ilindar. It's kind of hard to tell with all those little gooey eyes that he has.
Yeah.
But he's looking in your direction.
Reaction, Ilindar is going to say, just move up a little bit.
You talking to me? You want the guy to move up a little bit?
Or actually, Lothar can probably stay right where he's at.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Barb Chains.
Okay.
So I'm going to put one here. One here. One here. And one here.
All right. So these chains, let me see if I get this right. Barbed chains. You summon a chain from another realm, calling it a burst of the ground, and strike the target. You need the other chain, make a melee attack, or attempt a trip combat maneuver. Which would you like your chains to do?
They're all going to attempt trip combat maneuvers.
Oh, okay. The chain uses your base combat plus your key spell casting ability score as the combat maneuver bonus. So your base attack bonus is what?
9.
And your
4. So there's plus 13.
Is that okay? 4 plus 13. All right. So you would let me go ahead and get their CMD.
Barb
Which
chains, that's some real
is-
Hellraiser shit there, lawful good paladin.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And spell resistance is no.
All right. CMD is 28. So not easy to chain these guys, but you got 4 shots at the apple.
So the first one right here in front of Flashheart.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Missed him.
The lower one. And then I have 2 shots at the one behind me.
Okay.
That one hits.
There
That
it is.
hits.
And then the other one. That hits.
So
as well.
hits. So both of these. So this guy goes down prone.
Yeah,
Boom.
he gets tripped.
He gets tripped. So he is prone as these things. Do these things like wrap around his ankles, or do they just kind of hang out there?
No, they're chains with basically barbs and hooks on them. So they wrap around his ankles and cause him to fall over.
Okay. I also must attempt a will save.
What are they trying to cast? A
Other
spell?
I'm shaken.
Right. And the will save is just to see if you're shaken. And he's got 2 of them.
Wasn't he attempting to cast a spell too?
Yeah, but it's not that kind of spell. So he was just going through the motions. It's not wrecked or anything. Okay, so will save. What's their will save? Will is +7. That's not great. It's not nothing, but geez Louise, you would think that demons of this stature would have better will saves. But okay, here we go. 17 make it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and he has to do it twice though, right?
Yes. That fails.
Ooh, so he is now shaken.
4.
Uh,
Hang on, I'll roll it for you.
So shaken -2 from.
It's -2 penalties, yeah.
For
Wow,
3
so
rounds.
melee attacks.
3 rounds. All right.
Nice.
You get 6 AC from melee attacks.
That's beautiful.
Brown is the color of. Whoops, didn't stick. Hold on a second. Did that? Oh, I see what the problem is. I'm an idiot. That always seems to become a huge problem for me. It always seems to have some problem there. All right, cool. Lothar. So this guy goes down in a plop, and these chains are sort of like, he's like, trying to get away from him, and he's shaken. Do you want to move, like maybe charge him, jump on him, or something like that?
No, I'm good. I'm good where I'm at for now.
Okay. Ilindar, what about you? Your friend Lothar is kicking so much butt. Maybe you want to join in, or I don't know, get in there and single combat. Maybe I don't know. I mean,
Ilundar's gonna
now's your time to shine.
Got any surges you want to do?
he's gonna smack Storm on the hindquarters and say, "Go get him, girl," and give her shield when he does that.
Okay.
And then
Ow.
It wasn't you this time. It was Ilindar smacking her.
so then 15 feet is enough to do a charge. So she's charging to there.
Okay.
And then pouncing on that guy. So these are
Okay.
He's shaking it on the ground. That lowers his AC by 6. She gets +2 because she's charging.
Uh-huh.
So you leave his armor class the same. We'll just add 8 to all these attacks.
Fine.
Sick balls. All right.
Fine. If you must.
Oh,
All right,
Jesus.
let's have a look at this. 45, that's going to miss. The 45-7 trip to tap. These are all misses. I don't know what's going on here, man. That's a hell of a roll. No, bite hits.
Wow.
He's already tripped, so I guess that doesn't matter. Claw hits. Second claw hits. Wing buffet. Well, let me check. That made up. Well, 38. Yeah, that's probably a hit. Yeah, it's a hit. 29. Yeah, full on. Everything hits.
Okay, and then you get one more bite because she's hasted.
Okay. It's fun. That's a hit too.
Wow.
All right, so let's tally it all up, shall we?
So 29 and 5,
29 and 5 is 34.
then 28,
62,
and then 5,
67,
and then 27,
94,
and then 4,
98,
and then 17,
115,
and then 4,
119,
14,
123, 133, sorry,
and then 9,
142,
and then 33,
175,
and 7.
This thing's still
182.
alive when he's done. We
So
we need to leave.
Storm, you take 182 points because of the reverse. No, basically Storm jumps on this thing and tears it apart. I mean, there's a lot of hissing and snorting and tentacles and claws and stuff that's getting ripped apart. But ultimately Storm just sort of leaped upon this thing and just ripped it to shreds. And there's just pieces of demon just smoking on the ground in sort of a 10-foot radius around where this guy is.
Good dragon.
Good. Good girl.
She's around and
All right.
He's having a
So-
hard night with the internet, but he's still on the button.
Yep,
Oh.
still on the button. Actually, the internet seems to be behaving, so fingers crossed.
Oh, I
Um,
shouldn't have said that.
I know, so
Ugh.
we'll see what
Oops.
happens. All right, Ilendar, that it for you? You want to move, I don't know, over by the other combatants or maybe run up to the Glabberzoo or something?
I'm still in both protection things. I'm really good right where I'm at.
All right, all right. All right, now it's the time for the biggest damn Glabberzoo you've ever seen to go. So he
That's
is
not bad.
staggered
That's fine.
and shaken. So he only gets one action this time. What is he gonna do? He is going to do that. So in response to the idea that he has now maybe underestimated these primes, you suddenly see him sort of turn around. He does sort of a twist, and then you start to see more Glabberzoos materialize.
Better be an illusion spell, man.
Let me go ahead and roll this. Well, maybe one more Glabberzoo materialize.
Might have gotten ahead of yourself there.
That is a
All right.
beautiful mirror image.
All right, so but yeah, that is exactly what he did. Mirror image. He's a bit discombobulated from all this stuff that may be interfering with his ability to do, but that is what he does. Flash art. What about you?
Well, I am going to attempt to do my best storm imitation on the
Kithangian, I think is how this.
Kithangian, okay, right in front of me here. So this bad boy is gonna get whacked on. So okay, so attack action.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Yeah, dude.
He's gonna
whacking
whack
on.
off the demon, is what he said.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
I think
love is love.
if I recall
All right.
correctly, this bad boy is gonna get whacked on. Okay.
On a keen attack, power attack, or normal attack. Let's see. This is Choose Your Adventure now. Don set this up, so I gotta. I guess I'm doing a normal attack. Plus, it's gonna be +1 for the haste.
Yeah.
So attack modifier. Just add 1 to here. Boom. Submit. Damage modifier stays the same, right? So.
Yep.
All right.
Whoa,
So
look at that stuff.
Potential crit.
This is obviously a Don Don one. It's like 4 pages of text here.
21,
Oh,
33, 29.
that
His
is-
first one was a
Is a
fumble.
natural one. So a potential fumble. We're gonna have to confirm it.
He rolls 40 to confirm, so that he doesn't fumble.
Do I need to roll or no?
It's already.
No.
in it.
No,
It's already in there.
still
Just
short
that
of
40.
Yeah. So it is a unconfirmed fumble, which does not go to the chart, but it also stops your attack roll, your attack
Yeah.
round.
Well, let me
His
ask
next,
It
his
is
next two
track.
swings were both natural 20s.
I know. But I tell you what, when a fumble comes at this point, that's clutch for me.
All right, but
so-
I'm hasted, so do I get another, or am I done?
No,
Or do I get
No,
another-
fum-
oh.
fumble stops your attack.
All right, I'm gonna call up the Fletcher. Fletcher, please hurt them a lot. Kill them a lot.
Well, it's Fletcher. It's your turn to hurt them a lot if you choose to do so. But
Oh,
now,
yeah.
now would also be a good time for you to switch alliances.
Hey, that's my move. I mean,
I was
no,
just
don't do that.
He's not Gatto.
Well, everybody else is getting nanobot surges, and Farina was becoming a goddess. He also apparently got some Thor in him here, so he's about to bring the thunder.
Well, he's got that.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of stuff going on. So do it.
I'm
Do
still
it.
swinging a sword. I gotta go talk to my god.
I'm not activating the lightning damage, but I regular attack.
Okay.
Based on all
Which
these
one?
buffs, full attack action.
Which
I
one?
get 5. Here's 1.
So the one in front of him.
The one in front of you. So yeah, that's a hit.
2.
Also a hit. Since it's 7 more than the first one. Now wait a second. Your first attack was they're at the same plus. Never mind.
Yeah.
Carry on.
3. Ooh, confirming 3.
Ooh, natural.
Confirm that. That is a confirmed crit. Charter damage, my good man.
Well, hold on. Let me do my other hits.
Okay.
4.
Miss.
Okay. And
Also,
then
Isn't Farina flanking that one too?
5.
No.
Not unless I'm there, but they're two.
Hit.
Are.
What's the fifth? Is the fifth attack due to the haste? That's why it's at the full bonus.
Correct.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
3 regular
3.
hits and
Yeah.
8.
1, and 1 crit. You want to roll the damage first, or
Let's go for chart. Let's resolve that one first.
all right? You want to resolve the crit first. All right. So this would be you're using your sword, right? Or was that
Yep.
the Glabrazoo thing?
No, that's the sword.
All right, so a sword hit, solid blow. Oh shit! Solid blow. You deal maximum plus triple bonus damage. Jeez.
Okay.
So what
That's
does
awesome.
triple bonus mean?
Triple bonus means you roll damage and triple it.
I want to see
It's
a limb
dead.
come off.
But
It's
first
probably
attack.
dead.
I
Very
want to
good.
see a
It's dead.
limb or a head fly off the body.
All right, let's do that first. This might be the end of it right here. So,
And
Mac,
I'm
what is
enlarged.
the maximum amount of damage that you can do?
Well, since I'm enlarged, max is 18 plus 26 is 44.
44. Okay, so 44 is max. So that's part of it. So now roll damage as if you normally were rolling damage for
And
this
then we're
that hit.
tripling that.
And we're tripling. Jesus Christ. So it's triple 40? That's what you're telling me?
120.
Triple
Yep.
39.
You need to add up all these and see how many points he gets for the whole attack.
We could try that. He's dead. Well, he's certainly dead. In this
That's from the
case,
crit.
so that's from the crit. We're at 164 points from the crit alone. You have 3 other hits.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and roll those. Just
Roll those.
let's have some fun and see what we get.
There's 1
Okay, 39.
and there's 2
Another 40. Fantastic.
and 3.
43. Okay, that's great. All right, so let me just tally this up. Hold on, I need a calculator.
82.
16, 7, 10, 80. I got 286.
Okay.
I got 286. So 286 points of damage. It had 120. So
Disarticulation is
I'm ruling that if you're within 10 feet of either Storm or Fletcher when they do something like this, you get splashed.
Oh, you're in the
Essentially.
Gallagher splash zone. Oh,
Yeah, you're in the splash zone. So
Gotta wear
yeah,
a
you
little
get-
plastic.
you get demon goo on you, because of the violence of these attacks.
Damn it,
Holy
Gallagher.
bro!
That was amazing.
Okay.
All right. Is that it for you, Fletcher?
No, I'm gonna move.
Or do you have some other insult to everyone's intelligence that you want to do here?
No, I'm just gonna move.
It's gonna move. All right, where you headed?
And
Actually, if you've done a full attack, you've only got a 5-foot step after that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You did a full attack, so you can only make a 5-foot step.
you're right. So
You can step up to,
where do I want to go? Let's get around Flash Heart. I'll go here. 5-foot step. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Farina, this is your place. You've opted out. For Otto, this is your spot. What are you gonna do?
So, if I was to fill one of these squares,
Mm-hmm.
would that be considered threatening because they have 10 foot, or no, because I don't have reach with a scimitar? This would be considered a flanking square. I'm assuming that where they're
Yeah.
at.
Well, no, it wouldn't be. Not at this point because there's nobody on the other side.
Right. Well, the point is if I filled this square with a duplicate of me and then I moved,
That would work if you wanted to move into flanking position. Now you told me these things only have 13 hit points.
yeah, okay. I'm just trying to figure that out. But instead, what I'm going to do, when the mirror image appeared, did the original one move less?
If you're asking, can you tell which one's the mirror image just by looking at it? No.
Well, I mean, did they both occupy different places than where the first one was?
Yes.
They they both occupied sort of the same place and sort of split apart.
They split apart. They both move split apart, so you can't tell which one's which.
Okay. I mean, you can leave her there. It's a swift action. It looks like in this battle, it might not be necessary.
Okay.
I wasn't really going to use that at this point because I can't really use it at this point, the way it all went down. So
Well, you've got a couple of dead ones. I mean, so you could move down into this area if you wanted to get like an arrow flank, which you can do, right?
yeah, but then I'm only going to get one shot. I'd be better off taking all my shots, I feel like, over here and maybe hitting the bad guy, the big guy.
Okay.
Because Fletcher and Flashheart are going to turn on this one and make mincemeat out of it in no time. So
yeah, Fletcher will. Flashheart's useless up here so far.
Hey,
I'm looking
man,
pretty though.
the dice hurt you, man. It happens.
So I guess I'll just take a shot at this one, the lower one,
Okay.
because I don't know. Can I take one shot and see if it, knowing that there's two of them and guessing just from experience that likely one of them isn't real, can I shoot an arrow on one and see if there's an effect? Is that a fair?
What happens is you do a shot, it's random on which one it hits, and if you hit the copy, it disappears.
Right.
You shoot in between them both?
I don't know that you can, in the middle of the round, you can pause. Well,
You don't
You know,
get the way the spell is written. Yeah, you don't get to like stop and.
But you can shoot multiple arrows on multiple creatures. We do that all the time. Like I shoot two
Right.
at this one and two at that one.
I don't remember if it was a Les's game or whatever I was playing, but I remember the DM didn't allow me because actually it was Les's campaign because I was using my art.
so you could shoot.
You can't. You're doing such rapid fire. You can't wait and view the results.
Yeah, all of these
Just watch
arrows
the
are
results, right?
Yeah, all these arrows are coming off your bow very quickly. You're
With one
each round
target.
is you got to
Okay,
pick
so
one
if I
and light it. Have
If I shoot one at one and then the other three at the other two at the other one.
Basically, what you do is you just say, "I'm shooting 3 arrows at this guy."
no, wait. I think so. We allow her to split arrows on multiple targets when they're multiple real targets. There's no reason we should go against that now.
Yeah, I
So,
agree
but
with that.
what you do is you say, "I'm going to shoot."
I'll shoot the lower
In
one
order,
first.
in
and
order,
I'm
yeah.
gonna try and hit the lower one first, and then I'll with my one arrow that actually shoots two, and then I'll try to use arrow 2 and 3 on the upper one.
So rapid shot against this one. So first 2 arrows here,
Okay.
and then arrow 3
2
and
and
4.
Go there.
Right, 3 and 4.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So the hold up. Oh.
Oops.
So
Oh, I
the first
just-
attack was this one,
It's
Yeah, I was just
24.
gonna show- Yeah.
That's a miss.
and then 16 and 12 are also misses.
Those are
Okay.
both misses, and the last one is a potential fumble and a confirmed fumble.
I think your pluses are wrong.
Ooh.
Just out of
No, they're
curiosity,
not because I don't have any flanking, so my pluses are only at 11.
just on the miss,
Doesn't
doesn't a mirror image not have the same AC or does it?
And
It
your
has the
base
same
attack
AC.
is higher
I
than
can't
11.
hear you, Mike. I'm sorry.
Your base attack plus your deck should be higher than 11.
I mean, this is what the TOS sheet is giving me.
Do you have lots of other?
Well, I have a -2 that's
Rapid
up
shot
because
and
of
several
a.
other things to give you. Yeah, rapid shot, the thing that adds damage and all that, you can be using feats that take away from your attack bonus.
Right, I'm losing
Possibly
2.
you've got several of those going. Okay, I'm just thinking from
But,
your level,
yeah.
11's a
Okay.
little bit low.
But yeah,
Okay.
So
that's what it is.
confirmed fumble on the last shot, seeing double.
Take
All
the
of
chart.
your
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I'm reading the
Okay.
chart. Seeing double, all your attacks have a 50% miss chance until the end of your next turn. So next round's attacks all of them have a 50% miss chance.
Fun. Okay.
She is seeing double.
It is seeing double.
Yeah,
Two
I'm actually
Glabrazoos.
seeing 4 now. There's 4 Glabrazoos.
Yep.
All right, so that is a round of haste.
Yep.
That is a round of ally across time, which is a cool spell, which we can't seem to make work right. We're going into round 2. Let's rock. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. Otto the Ottonian. He is down the way. What does he want to do?
I'm going to actually. Why did you say he can't stealth? Because he's hasted?
Because he's being observed.
Yeah, he's under direct observation. They can see
now
him.
he's not. Is he being observed now where he's at?
Oh, yeah, they can flat out see
Yeah,
him.
they can see him.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's got enough speed. I'm just going to head him back where they cannot see him. Right?
Okay, so it would be sort of like behind this house.
Actually back over here behind this house.
Okay.
And that should get him back here. And I want to see if he can use his sense of smell to identify which one is the right one for me. The live one, the real
Hey,
one.
you
Which
make me.
does it make sense?
Should be smelly.
Yep.
I was here, so that was 10, 40. Yeah, so he can go as this is just actually one move action right here.
If you are invisible or the attacker is blind, the spell has no effect. In this case, the scent ability, since this is a figment, this is a spell, this is an illusion spell.
Right.
The illusion, even though it mimics the other Glabrazoo precisely, it does not evoke a smell.
Smell.
So yes, he would basically be able to tell you the other one is not a thing. It's this guy here.
Okay, so if he knows that and he only took one move action, then he could move here behind it and flank now, right? Because that's a threat.
Yes, but he would provoke an
He's-
attack of opportunity.
He's
as well.
observed.
Because they're actually like turning around and watching him instead of watching up front. What?
Well, he's
they're
moving
observant
around.
of everything around them.
Yeah, he's moving around, and Glabrazoos have true seeing. So I mean,
Okay.
yeah, he's moving around. As much as he's moving, he wouldn't be able to stealth. If he was to stay back here
Yeah.
and then go into stealth, that would be okay.
I
Then he
know,
would
I
move
just-
quietly, but
Just trying to figure out how to get him where I need him to be helpful. So
he can run up there and get in the way. I mean, certainly, and get into position where he would provide a
he's going to
flanking
have to
bonus
take
to
the
you.
attack of opportunity, I guess. That's where
Yep.
he did.
Yeah, he would. All right, so he's going to do that, and he is definitely going to deliver that. Let's see. Oh.
And then I'm going to tell Ilindar and Lothar behind me. The one on the left is the illusion, is a free action.
One of the problems with him stealthing, if he was successful to stealth behind him, he wouldn't provide flanking because the guy wouldn't know he's there.
Right, exactly.
That's a good
Right.
point, yeah. All right, here comes a claw. 28 hit, Otto.
Miss.
Sorry?
Miss.
What is Otto's armor class?
33.
Shit.
Yeah, he's got some beef now.
Damn, it's almost like having a second dragon in this party.
Ow. That was a preemptive slap. Ow.
All right, so the attack misses, and Otto the Ottonian gets back there and is causing trouble in the rear of the enemy field. Bardos, what do you do?
So does that give Bartos a clue that one's real and one's not? If it's
I told
attacking now?
Ilindar and Lothar, so you probably heard too over my shoulder as a reflex.
So yeah, it would allow you to target what Farina is saying is the real one.
The one on the right.
Okay, I'm going to cast Dimensional Anchor on the real one.
Nice idea.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my last nanobites to augment the spell resistance.
Okay. And it does, yeah, there's a spell resistance. Okay, so okay, cool. And so go ahead and do that just the same way that you did it before.
And what was it? 29, I think,
It was
right?
29, yeah. 34. That gets passed. So Dimensional Anchor. Do I get a save? No save.
Nope.
This will prevent him from teleporting away. Yeah, he is anchored.
Okay. And then I'm going to tell Fletcher to go get that son of a bitch.
Ooh, thank you.
There's no
And
anchor.
someone your own size.
Okay. All right. He is anchored. All right. It's Gato's turn. Where are you,
Hey.
Gato?
Gato is still using stealth.
Okay.
And moved to
He ran
there.
away.
Okay. All right.
That's a double move.
uh,
Gato has fast stealth, so he can move his normal movement rate
Yep. No, I know.
while still stealth.
Now he's still stealth. I get a perception check to try and
You
see
do.
you. Now he has true seeing, so you do not get the bonus for the invisibility.
Right. I only get to 38.
So it's a 38. Let me see what he's got here for perception. It's got to be a lot. It's not a lot. So
He relies on his true seeing.
he relies on his true seeing. So it's 8. So he would have to roll 30. Means he does not see you. All right. So he is looking. He's fussing about. He's distracted. He's got a cat behind him. He got some butthole just put a dimensional anchor on him in his own plane, in his own city, for Pete's sake. The affronts just keep on coming, to be honest with you. All right, so that it for you, Gato?
Double move, yes.
All right, my turn. Full attack on Flashheart. And you hear the Glabbers who yell, "No, you fool! Get the drow wizard!" But he's still going to do an attack on you. But he does look like he's about to break away. So full attack is 2 claws and 2 stings, all at plus 16. So let's go ahead. Let's do the claws first.
Ooh.
18. No.
No way.
Second claw. 22. No. I'm guessing. Flashheart. Flashheart. Do either of those hit you?
No, he's shaking his head no.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I forgot you have your camera off. I apologize. No.
Sting. 24. Other sting. God damn.
No.
Did you?
Oh.
Wow, those are
Awesome
great
rolls.
rolls.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
The worm is turned now, hasn't it?
So I think I'm gonna have to call Spectrum tomorrow and have a little conversation with them.
Spectrum, it's gotta be Spectrum.
All right.
You need to sign up for the landline.
He actually is gonna take a
You get like 11 attacks of opportunity if he moves at all.
no, he's just gonna do a 5-foot step backward.
Well, yeah, but Farina's right there.
5-foot step. Well, it's not Farina, and it's a 5-foot step, so it doesn't provoke.
Oh, yeah, about that. Do you forget that let me just double check, make sure that.
Are you talking about the step up?
A step up, sir.
Step up.
I did forget about that, actually.
Oh, hi.
You're not supposed to know about that.
Yeah. I'm right with you.
It's a step up. When adjacent foe attempts to take a 5-foot step, you may also make a 5-foot step as immediate action. So long as you end up adjacent to the foe that triggers the ability. If you take this step, you cannot take a 5-foot step. You take an action. All right. So does this mean that you get an attack of opportunity?
No.
No.
It's just a movement. Okay.
Yeah, he just didn't bring
It's
contact.
just keeping you
Okay.
close.
He can't use a 5-foot step to get away from you.
We just did a little cha-cha-cha.
All right. Lothar, the music's playing.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm assuming Flashheart and Fletcher probably have this scorpion thingy well in hand.
Okay.
So that's within one range increment. So I'm going to not move
Nuke
And
it from
do-
orbit.
and do a, no, I'm gonna do the
Bow of Erastil.
bow of Erastil on this guy.
Okay.
So the first ones are,
Uh,
33 to hit.
33 is a hit.
So that's 19 points of damage.
Okay.
The second one is a 12, which doesn't hit.
12 will not hit, no.
And
But
then,
one of
his-
Erastil's goes in there and you hear it screech in anger.
yeah, the other thing is that this ignores armor and shields. So it's basically a touch attack. And then because of haste, I get one more attack. So just take the first one.
26 will miss. Oh, wait, maybe not touch. Are you saying this goes against touch AC?
Yeah, because armor and shield are ignored. So it's basically just 10 plus his dex. Because it's the brilliant energy.
That's crazy, incredible.
It will not matter in this case because he does not have armor. It's just his skin is very tough, which does not count, right? Doesn't count as
Natural armor.
It's a natural armor bonus. And that's not about this, right? That's not, it's just
Well, I mean,
regular armor.
it's the brilliant bow. That's really kind of up to you.
Does brilliant mean it just ignores dead stuff?
No, brilliant. The brilliant energy means that the arrow is an arrow of force, like the old school cartoon D&D.
Yeah.
He pulls back the bow, an arrow of force happens, and it fires. So it ignores anything that would stop a physical
Armor and
attack.
shield bonuses to AC, including any enhancement bonuses ever, do not count against the weapon. This is not an armor or shield bonus. This is actually a natural armor bonus.
Natural, right.
So it is, yeah, it doesn't stop it. But I see what you're saying. In this case, it would still be a miss.
Okay, so 19 points of damage
Got it. All right, I already took
from
it off.
the other shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I took it off. Cool. All right.
As a free
Lothar.
action, Brina's going to shout out to the boys to make a space for an arrow or two, so I don't have to take a penalty.
Sorry, we're so big.
I know you're big. You're very big.
Fletcher big.
All right. Illidar, you're up. Or well, Lothar, are you gonna move at all or are you gonna stay right there?
No, I'm good.
Illidar, what are you doing? Besides
What are you
embarrassing yourself with all this, all this dragon work.
Ow!
No, not me. I think
Trial speechless.
yeah. Enjoy it. It doesn't happen that often.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Illindar's not going to do much. Storm is going to get.
Attack of opportunity there, Chief.
No, she's going in the air and she's going to just drop down right.
Oh, you can't fly very high though. Because of the labyrinthine kind of things. That's in large part why the
How high are the walls?
well, maybe
It's just a magical
20.
prohibition.
Yeah, it's a magical prohibition. So
you just can't fly above the walls. How
right.
tall are the walls?
Well, in this case, there's no walls. It's just the houses and stuff like that. So you're in kind of an area. All right, I guess you can do sort of arc. Don't go. Don't,
Okay, if she
don't
can't
push
go
it
that high to avoid that,
He's going to try and sting her as she goes by, though. If she can't avoid it, I guess she could probably avoid it though if she's going to do that. But
okay. Well, she can go to. Hang on.
seems really cheap and kind of lame though. A real dragon would just fly right through there, knocking people over and not giving it.
What does she
not-
care about it?
not giving- Hey, some people are really sort of like, oh no, attack of opportunity, and then some of them just don't give a crap, and that's frankly, I think the ones that don't grip a crap are tougher.
Actually, she is going to get right there, and that thing does get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. I knew I could bring him out. Stinger coming online. 32 hitter
No.
from the rear. Touch attack.
Okay.
Now
That's
you're making it sound dirty.
All
No means no.
All right, 32 is a miss.
and then she's going to take a single attack.
On the Cathangian?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of assumed she was going for the Glabrezu at this point. 38's a hit.
So 33 trip attempt against this.
Let me check. I think that's going to be successful, actually. CMD is 28. So, yeah, it goes down bloop, in a pile.
And 32 points of damage.
And 32 points of damage, which just seems like piling on to me. All right, it's 32. Okay. Good. All right, so it's down. That it for her?
Yes.
All right. What about Ilendar?
Ilandar's just saying, go
Just
team.
Just kind of like hanging
Watching.
back. All right. What is the Glabrezu going to do? So he's dimensionally anchored, so he can't teleport away. He's looking at Otto and tried to swat him and missed him because Otto has an ungodly AC for reasons that are beyond me. Chaos Hammer didn't work. Well, it did work, but it turns out that there's a bunch of neutrals in the joint.
I had to expect that shooting at a drow.
Well, you're not typical of the Drows. Drows are chaotic.
Right.
Historically, yeah. So I guess that's true. Let's do this maybe. So he's gonna do, yep, he's gonna do that. So he is gonna do an unholy blight on you guys' butts. So hold on a second.
Wow. That sounds nasty.
Yeah, it's not good. Let's see. It's not, but it doesn't get everybody though, is the problem. But he is going to drop that. Let's see.
Right there, it's a perfect spot. Oh, well,
No. He's going to drop that right here.
Sorry, Les, you faded out again.
No, it's not happening now. All right, unholy blight. So he drops that on there. Let's well, I got all these tabs open. Unholy blight. All right, so the spell deals 1d8 points of damage per 2 caster levels to good creatures. 1d6 per caster level to good outsiders. And remember, here in the Abyss, you guys are good outsiders, and causes it to be sickened for D4 rounds. A successful will save halves the damage and negates the sickened. The effects cannot be negated by removed disease or heal, but removed curse is effective. I don't know why they said that. So it's instantaneous. Anybody with spell resistance?
Pick me.
All right, you've got spell resistance. Let's go ahead and do that. Spell resistance attack, 33. That's gotten past you.
Yep.
All right, so anybody that is good aligned, let's do some damage as the unholy blight settles upon you.
So that's a will save?
It is a will save. I will get you the DC here momentarily. So there's a max on it, which I hate. I hate there's maxes on this. I don't think it should be, but here we go. 37. The will save DC on this is going to 22. This is the will save on.
Spell like ability.
So I got
This is spell like
22.
ability.
What's that mean? Is it 22?
22 is the DC for the will save. So
22
you,
is
get,
DC,
No, I
yeah.
rolled a 22. What does that mean?
you made it.
You made it.
By the skin of my tinny chin chin.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So who made it? Who didn't?
What did I have to roll again? I'm sorry. I was looking at I have the
Will
R.
save.
I have R resolve, which is immune to charm spells and spell like abilities. Wasn't sure if that was linked to charm spells or any spell like ability.
It's linked to charm spells. It's not any spell like ability.
It
That
is
would be
not this
way-
spell.
Yeah, it's not
All
this.
right. So I'm sorry. What am I rolling again?
Will
Will
save.
save.
DC 22 will save.
Fletcher made it.
Okay. Illandar made it. Lothar, did not make it.
No, even with the protection from
made
evil.
Flashheart made it. All right. So those of you who made it take 18 points of unholy damage. Lothar, you take 37 points of unholy damage, and you are sickened for 1 round.
What does that mean?
Sickened is gross. Sickened is one of the bad ones. So sickened is
Everything.
oh no, it's not. Never mind. It's -2 penalty on attacks, weapons, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. So that's not so bad. It's like shaken.
No diarrhea.
What was I thinking? Oh, nauseated is what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one's nasty. Yeah.
That one's nasty. But so sickened, just -2 for a round.
Okay.
All right, flash heart.
All right. I haven't fixed
He's
my.
prone.
Yeah. Can I just coup de grace him if he's prone? Or I actually got to fight him?
No, coup de grace.
You get a +4 to hit.
He's not defenseless.
Yeah, he's not helpless.
All right. Well, let's make him helpless.
You do if you attack him with a ranged weapon, you get -4. So that's fun. You should probably
Yeah, I will not do
do
that.
that.
All right. So radiance going in for the old.
Does he also get flanking?
I also.
Yeah, he does. So
You get flanking. Yep.
That's plus what?
+2.
Total flank 6. You get 4.
+2.
Plus the haste. So that's
Oh,
plus 6. I'll tell you the right.
7 altogether.
Okay. Here we go.
So 7 on top of what he rolls.
All right. I added it in.
Okay. 37 is a hit. 34 is a hit. 24 is a miss, I think. Let me double check.
And then I'm hasted, and the last one's a hit.
24 is a hit or a miss, and 34 is a hit. So 3 hits. So let's just tally that shit up. I love when you guys are, it's every time you guys hit something, it's like a math problem. All right. So the first hit is 22 points. The second hit is 17 points. So that's 39. And then the third hit is another 21 points. So 60 even.
Plus one, at least some points of bleed here. I see 5 points of bleed so far.
I see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I see 7
7 points of
plus 7 is 14 plus 3 is 17 points of bleed. So that's 77 total. And then 7 points of persistent. You take the highest one, right?
Yeah.
So 7 points of persistence. So let me mark that 7 points of
I
persistence.
used to think bleed was pretty stupid until Don gave it to me, and now I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, the sad part is that after this campaign's over, Don's not allowed to play in any of my campaigns anymore because of his obviously abuse of the bleed rules. So we're just gonna since Don on Sunday
Use of, not abuse of.
abuse of. So Don, just imagine Don on Sunday nights by himself, sitting in his basement going, I wish I hadn't done that with all those.
Don, you need to get like a shirt that just says the exsanguinator on it,
The exsanguinator. All right. So he's got 7 continuous bleed and not a lot of hit points left. At which point we do you want to move it all, Flashheart, or no?
No, I'm gonna stay right there and
Stay right there. At which point we come to Fletcher the Fletcherian.
Fletcher is going to charge
There you go.
in a straight line. I believe this is where he comes into combat.
Fletcher Jenkins.
All right, and that's a pounce, so he's going to use a full attack action.
Okay.
And it's this guy's attacking, right?
Right. Yeah. The right side guy. I'm sure this Farina spilled the beans.
And he has flanking as well.
Yes, with the Autonian.
So +2 for charge, +2 for flank. All right.
All right, let's do this.
Attack 1.
That's a hit.
Attack
Sadly.
2.
Also a hit. Oh, wait, 35 may not be. Hold on a second. No, that is also a hit.
Attack 3.
Hit.
Attack 4.
Hit.
And attack 5.
Real old Fletcher. I gotta be honest. That's a miss. No, that's also.
All right, no crits, but here's your damage.
All right. Let me get a calculator real quick. Hold on a second. 35.
Ryan, can you get Fletcher bleed
Just
too?
take
to really-
250 off left.
2,
He's got a lot.
3, 4, and 5.
Jeez Louise. All right. 13, 21, 22, 24, 5, 8, 11, 150, 194. Does that jibe with what you guys see?
Sure, whatever.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
He's still alive, but very unhappy, and especially unhappy about the fact that he can't teleport away.
Is that the real one?
That is the real one. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and get rid of this one.
Get his wallet.
And
so
as
he
a
can go to
free
his house.
action, I say, hello, my name's Fletcher. And I'm going to kill you.
If I kill you first, you beast, what is that you're wearing on your arm? It's one of my kinsmen.
Flip him
I
over.
think it was
Get his
But
your
my
wallet.
problem is
mom.
it's not my turn. I can't do anything.
I think
Farina.
it was your mother.
No vicious mockery though.
Nice.
It's a shame those are targeted at Fletcher.
Yeah.
All right.
The
The
same one's
first,
a natural 20.
so the
Flame
first
velocity.
one is a miss. The 30 is a miss. The natural 20 is obviously a hit. Is the 38 a confirmation?
Yep. And then here's the last one.
And the last one is a 33 is also a hit. So that is a confirmed crit. I'm assuming as an archer, you will be taking the damage.
Sure.
Okay. So it's triple, I believe, for an arrow. So go ahead.
Yes, it is.
You have 2 hits, one of which will be tripled.
So 4d6 plus 3 will triple that one.
All right. Will you triple in this first one here?
Yeah, hang on. I need a mega macro. So that's
17 tripled
triple.
is 30, 54. Okay.
And then we will have one more hit.
Yep.
So that's just 46. Oh. Yeah, because the first one was a double. Yeah, and then one more. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, 19.
And another 19. So 54 and 19 is 73. He had 28 hit points. So Fletcher, as you rear back for another swing, right after you say, I'll be killing you, a bunch of arrows slam into this guy and he falls backwards with Otto just only missing, jumping out of the way at the last second. And you realize that Farina, of all people, Farina, whom you trusted all these years,
Oh, come on. He
Stolen-
was mine.
has officially killed the biggest damn Glabrezu that you have ever seen.
Is it a
Dang.
Verm?
No, it had 28 hit points left. So
Over.
wait,
Well,
let me
no.
check. Hold on.
Lothar
Out of
already did
pers-
damage. Didn't
I
you?
got it.
Lothar, didn't you already do
Yeah,
damage?
more than one.
Lothar did it too. Yeah.
More than one person did.
And it's
damage,
not,
yeah.
it was 28 is not less than 10% of its total. So no Verm in this case. But Farina for the kill.
Woo!
All right. So as you sort of look around as these demons sort of lay there in the street and you kind of look around, you do see, in one of the houses like this one over here, you kind of look around in flash art and you see somebody like, the door kind of cracks open and you can see red glowing eyes and it slams shut. And you can see, the area goes quiet.
There's still
There's
one
still,
alive right here.
there's still one that's alive.
Not really.
Oh, he's still down. Yeah, we're not done yet. Okay. All right.
Ask him where he lives first. We need his house.
Yeah, he's prone and he doesn't have many hit points left, but he's still alive.
He's still alive. Yeah, he's got 11 hit points and he has
With the dying
he has
demon.
7 persistent hit point bleed damage. So, but that's the end of the round, and we're well after 11.
Oh, let's kill him.
Or midnight because it's only one day past the
Oh.
whatchamacallit.
Well,
The
it's
reality
midnight on
is-
the East Coast anyway, Matt.
Yeah, the reality is when his level comes, he takes those persistent damage and dies anyway.
Well, he'll become close. Yeah. So he only has 11 hit points left. So, but
Adam
it's
can run over and do it too.
so he will die pretty quickly. But as you guys are there, you Flash Art, you're looking over there as Otto kind of comes running over, and you're just like, you just take your, I'm assuming you take Radiance while Storm looks on, and you just kind of jam it into the creature and kill it. A little creature lands on your shoulder. It's probably, since you're enlarged, it probably looks even smaller. It's probably palm sized, and it looks like a
Is it
vicious.
Yardley? Oh,
No, it's not Yardley. It looks like a vicious little mosquito. And it sits on your shoulder, and it's got like a big stinger on it and little teeth and these glowing sort of like bulbous fly eyes. And it looks at you, and it kind of like, and it says to you you don't speak Abyssal, do you?
I speak Abyssal, yes.
Okay. So it says to you in Abyssal, and he says, you are the ones that the Horned Lord fears, yes? If so, my master would have words with you. Follow me before more enemies come and find you.
Sounds like the best plan we've heard all night.
And it's like, and it lifts off, and it makes a little sound, and it sort of buzzes out down the street.
All right. I will finish off this one here. He got tripped, but did anybody else do any damage to him, or is that gonna be a verm?
That's not gonna be a verm. Yeah. It's not going to be a verm either. But right. you do just sort of put him out of his misery as he's bleeding out. He's like, as this ichor sort of is coming pouring out of these slashes and rips from his body that you put into him last time, and he's like, the wounds that won't heal from radiance.
I don't know if there's anything worth looting off these creatures, unless you want the other Glabrezu arm. But I think
you could take a quick check. They don't have anything in the way of pouches or items or anything like that. I mean, no money. Nothing like that. They're just.
Can I upgrade my arm?
Well, no, that's not really. There's a fair amount of magic that goes into that.
We could plane shift this back. We could put his head above the mantle. All right.
It is an enormous Glabrezu, though. I mean, the biggest damn Glabrezu you've ever seen. But yeah, this little weird, vicious-looking mosquito creature lands on your thing, on your shoulder. Says, "You're the ones the Horned Lord fears, right? If so, my master wants to talk with you. Follow me before more enemies come."
Hey guys, I guess we're gonna make some deals with them devils. Let's do this.
Don't say the D word.
I'm sorry. Trigger word. Sorry.
Yes. As we follow this thing and move towards it, I will again recite the no. And where's my little
man?
I put in here the thesaurus.
Lotharius.
None of those words. None of those words with devils or demons. Thank you very much.
All right.
But if they're willing to help us kill the Horned Lord, I say let's take their help.
All right, and we will discuss what that guy wants to talk with you about in 2 weeks.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. So thank you, and again, I apologize.
Wait.
What?
Okay. Next time is the 9th. Is the 21st. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. While I got you here, so there may be a problem there. So just November is a freak show. I will be gone. So I was going to send this out in an email. I didn't even send an email this week because everything's such a freaking.
I felt show. Like my life was falling apart.
I know
there was an absence. I'm sorry about that. So sorry about that. This weekend is the state swimming championships, but I will be. Those will be done by Sunday, so there shouldn't be any interruption. We'll play B team next Sunday, the 14th.
14th.
But the problem is the Sunday after that is the A champs meet in Carbondale. I have to go down to Carbondale, and I won't be getting back until potentially late Sunday. I don't know exactly what the time element's going to be on that, and I don't know when I'm going to be driving back from Carbondale, but we might have to postpone that day. But I will keep you in the loop and let you know as soon as I can.
I vote we play A team next weekend instead.
And cancel B. B never gets canceled. It's always A.
Okay, you know that we won't have Lothar, right? Which is our only healer.
Why don't we have Lothar?
I'm out next weekend.
Yeah, let's play A team.
Whichever game we play, I won't.
No, wait. Did anyone take any damage?
I say CJ.
Let's play Traveler next week.
I say we Traveler next week.
I think Traveler sounds great next week.
We could do either, whatever you guys want to do. You guys don't, are you guys worried that you guys won't have Wraith along to, make arrows materialize out of nowhere?
Oh, yeah.
Traveler next week, and then A-Team on the 28th.
Traveler next week.
Could certainly entertain that.
That's the 14th, and then nothing the 21st.
Nothing the 21st.
And then the last weekend of November. That'll be
Uh,
18 again.
Yeah, the 28th is Thanksgiving weekend.
28th is Thanksgiving weekend, but it'd be A-Team again.
Works for me. I'm
So
not a
18,
BT,
the
so-
14th, and the 28th this month.
No, A-Team tonight and the 28th.
Oh, okay. What's on the-
Traveler on the 14th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
And
sounds
no
good.
B team.
And then no
Right.
B team that means no B team this month
For the first time ever.
for the first time ever. I don't think
I think we're gonna get outvoted, Don.
have-
It's
Why-
because
why
that team
why
is
do
the
I smell
best
s-
team.
Why do I smell sour grapes?
B stands for best.
Yeah.
I have no context of BT. I've been so far out of it for so long.
He's still lobbying.
Yeah.
He's still lobbying me about that. So, all right,
No,
Traveler,
let's just
Traveler
keep
next
it.
week.
Just keep it, Les. Keep it. Do your B
Keep-
team.
You sure?
Yeah, because the B team people aren't here to vote on this.
We're
Well,
here.
true, but Chuck's not going to be
Well,
there
a
for B
couple
team.
are, but I'm thinking, like Eric and those guys they get no say in it.
But
They don't
Eric
play
also
for a
gets to
while.
play Traveler,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
As does Andrew.
Yeah.
as
so
does Andrew.
they're
Like
playing
you said,
regardless.
Traveler's
Right.
actually a good substitute because Chuck's not in that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no penalty.
Dan's probably going to
All
die
right.
next week.
All right, let's switch up to Traveler. I'll make sure I do plan to send out an email this week, so I'll make that work.
So
Okay,
traveler on the
so-
14th, nothing on the 21st,
Right, and then A team on
And then A-Team
Thanksgiving.
on the 28th.
and
Yep.
back on the 28th. Okay.
Sound good?
Means
All
mine.
right.
Perfect.
All right, sounds cool. All right, guys, have a great week, and we will talk soon.
Okay.
All
Hi,
right.
guys.
All
Thanks, you guys.
All
Sorry
right.
again for all the disruptions.
Oh,
Bye,
yeah,
guys.
We blame you entirely.
coming out of your salary.
Probably my fault too.
All right.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.